importance to this particular competition over the years. We all saw the outpour, the cry on the streets of Kumasi, where Kumasi Asante Kotoko actually lost to Adriana at the Kumasi Sports Stadium.
Yeah.
And that was the beginning of Coach Karim Zito's problems. The moment he lost that game, you could tell that the sack was always coming, knocking on his door. And he never recovered from that until he resigned from Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You look at Heart of Lions. Last season, they finished second in the Ghana Premier League. Their teaming fans expected them to go a step further to win the Ghana Premier League this season, because if you look at the strength of their team heading into this season, they've actually recruited properly. They had Chauncey Freeman, Echedogli. They've added all these quality players into their fold. But when the season started, we all saw how they started very well and then they crumbled in mid-season and they never recovered from it. So it's a problem for Heart of Lions. And the only way to make amends is to try to win the MTN FA Cup to appease their fans and qualify into Africa. And if you speak to the admin of the club, Steve Botry, he tells you that they are really in for it. They really want to have a proper crack at the MTN FA Cup and win. Likewise, Dreams FC. You spoke to Wilfred Dormond. He told you that the league form has no bearing on whatever will transpire this afternoon. Because if you look at both teams in the league this season, Heart of Lions won the first leg in the league in Kpando, and Dreams FC beat them in Tuba. So they've cancelled each other out via 2 legs in the league. Now is the ultimate decider in the quarterfinals of the MTN FA Cup. And if you really want to win the MTN FA Cup to qualify into that, you have to be ready to play the best and beat the best. And both clubs this afternoon are set out to cancel each other out over 90+ minutes. If they don't cancel out, it goes into extra time and then penalty. Definitely, one of them will progress to the semi-final and one will have to be eliminated. So we have a potential blockbuster here in front of us at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
Well, Kukudadzi, you have the 2 most successful clubs in the history of this competition bowing out of the competition at a very, very early stage. Heart of Oak, round of 64. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, round of 16. Between these 2 teams, they've won it a combined 21 times. Would you say that, yeah, we've gotten to the point where these teams are really showing, the other teams are showing or proving their mettle, or you just believe that the standards that we've known these teams with, Heart of Kotoko, is just dropping at this time?
Yeah, actually, it's very true. The performance of Kotoko and Hearts, the big teams, so-called the big teams, their performance of late is dropping. Okay, so formerly we're having Kotoko and Hearts, playing to the, highest level of football. But these days, you don't see such a performance. Okay, that is why other teams are catching up. Okay, they are even at par with them now.
They're at par with them?
Yes. Okay, because Kotoko are playing at 0-0 with Ediana in Kumasi, and finally Ediana kicking them out through the penalties. Yes, it means that Kotoko these days they are not there. Okay, so it's hard time that they need to live their game, both Hearts and Kotoko.
You also talk about Hearts losing to a Division 2 side at home.
Exactly. Okay, and from the league also, the performance of Hearts and Kotoko, you could see that it's not really good as far as their performance is concerned.
Sorry to interrupt you, but let's quickly take a look at the results. From the last round of 16 games played, 11 won. They still lost to Atram Divisa. As we speak, Atram Divisa is the only Division 1 team remaining in this competition. They take on Medema Sporting Club later today, right here. Then you have Nations FC also beating Swedro All Blacks by 2-1. Medema Sporting Club, they beat Samatex 4-2 on penalties to advance after a goalless draw. Then you have True Life. That's where their run came to an end after knocking out record holders Accra Hearts of Oak. They also lost to Heart of Lions. Heart of Lions are in action here today. They beat them by 3-2. Dreams FC also defeating Interlies by 4-2. Asante Kotoko, like you rightly mentioned, Kukudazi losing to Ediana on penalties after 0-0 in regulation time. Techima Liberty Youth also, they've crashed out of the competition yesterday by Ediana. They also beat RTU to advance. And then you have Brekum Chelsea also defeating Tamale City by a lone goal. So like you rightly said, you believe that the standards of Hearts and Kotoko gradually keeps dropping.
Exactly. Dwindled, yes.
But what is the antidote now, especially if you have Hearts in Kotoko, not going to Africa in a season for Ghana?
Actually, it's due to so many factors, okay? And I cannot mention all the factors. But basically, I would say the quality of the players, okay? Of late, we don't have, to put it, gifted players.
You think we lack that now?
Yes, we lack now. Unlike our days, okay? Our days, you could see that, yes, this player is a gifted player, okay? But nowadays, you don't see such players, okay? And a gifted player, you could see that he or she has got the technique, okay? And what is technique in football? What a player does with or without the ball on the field of play. For instance, passing, dribbling, shooting, okay, heading, and other things. But these days, you don't see the players having these qualities. Good passing of the ball, how they dribble, okay?
Yeah.
And they are not creative, okay? They don't improvise. And football is about what? Creativity. You don't see that creativity in them these days.
Wow. All right, so we're still building up to our very first quarterfinal game here at the Cape Coast Stadium. It's now time to take a breather. When we are back, I will be focusing on our featured match, Dreams FC taking on Pando, Heart of Lions. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, actually, the final touch. There we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now, you know, do for yourself. Nobody will do for you. So you for do now.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
Yes,
Yes, we
I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you. I can hear you.
We are waiting by the grace of God. Premium first division, second division, third division. Odia. MTN Africa. We are waiting by the grace of God. Premium first division, second division, third division. Odia. MTN Africa. We are waiting by the grace of God. Premium first division, second division.
So welcome back. You're still watching Max TV, and it is continuous coverage of the MTN FA Cup. We are bringing to you two games today from the Cape Coast Stadium. Currently on the screens, you have shots of this beautiful coastal city, that's Cape Coast. It's a hub for so many things. You talk about education, you talk about the best schools in the country. You have it here, and practically what the inhabitants also do, mainly as their occupation, and seeing quite a lot of these boats on these waters is quite a beautiful scene, Francis, isn't it?
It's a beautiful spectacle if you look at the scenery from the drone shots. It tells you how the locals live their life on daily basis. There's nothing faking about it. That's the reality. That's how it is. Someone will tell you we love it like that on the streets, and just like on the streets, we are bringing it to everybody around the world.
I think Kukudati is used to the shores. You're used to the shores, right? Life at the shores, it makes you tough, doesn't it?
Definitely.
As a footballer growing up on the shores, like how was it like?
Yeah, actually, with the shores around, even with our training, we can use the shores for training.
For training.
Oh yes.
Very effective.
Very, very effective. Instead of going to the gym.
To the gym.
Yes. Because you can build strength and power.
True.
Yes. Understand?
That's nice. All right, so we're still building up to our first quarterfinal game here from the Cape Coast Stadium. It's Dreams FC taking on Bando Heart of Lions. But the round of 8, or the quarterfinal round, started yesterday at the Nana Fosu Jiabo Park, where yesterday Adriana FC managed to book a place in the last 4 after beating Division 1 side Techiman Liberty Youth by 3-0. Francis, quite a resounding win. And you speak to anyone, any technical team member of Adriana, and they tell you one thing: we want to go to Africa and we want to use the FA Cup as a conduit to Africa.
Yeah, they've realized that winning the Ghana Premier League will be extremely difficult for them, so they just have to tackle the MTN FA Cup with all seriousness. And when they were going to Kumasi Asante Kotoko in the round of 16, they made it clear that they were going to beat Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Kumasi Sports Stadium, and they duly walked the talk. And they had a favorable, with all due respect to Techiman Liberty Youth, they had a favorable draw to play against Techiman Liberty Youth, and they put them to the sword in a fashion that you expect them to do. You know, Atapoku always reiterated that he wants Adriana to go back to Africa, and he's taking the MTN FA Cup very seriously. And the players, everybody know that they really want to win the competition and use that route to go back into Africa. So I wasn't surprised at the way they went about their business on Saturday, dispatching their opponent by 3-0. So now they've qualified into the semi-finals of the competition, and it's Nations FC or their opponents against them in the semi-finals. So it tells you now they can dream about playing in the competition's ultimate game, which is the final. It's 1 step or 2 steps away from the ultimate glory, which is winning the tournament, which is they have to play the semi-final, make sure they win it, and play the final and try to win the final as well. So they are on course. They are also in the mix in the Premier League. So I think so far it's been good for them, and Coach Shoba Aristika and his boys are up there to have a crack at both competitions, which is the MTN FA Cup and then the Premier League.
Kukudazi, you expected Adriana to walk through into the last 4, looking at how they've been playing in the league, and especially after knocking out Kumasi Asante Kotoko, you'd always fancy them to beat a Division 1 side like Techiman Liberty Youth.
Exactly. Actually, Adriana beating a Division 1 side, I don't think it's not a news. Okay. Because on paper, Adriana is ahead of them. Yeah. And the way Adriana, they are poised, to win the FA Cup, and nothing will stop them, from moving a step further, to the ultimate.
All right, Francis, now we have a game on our hands. Dreams FC, one-time winners of this competition. They are coming up against Heart of Lions. Where's the motivation for either of these sides? You have Dreams FC looking at replicating what they did, that fairy tale run in Africa after winning this competition. But for Heart of Lions, they know the league is out of reach. You think this is the competition they'll be focusing on now?
Both teams are set out to cancel each other out in a blockbuster fixture here at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium. Make no mistake about it. Both teams really want to win this competition and go into the semi-final where they can tackle whoever is being put in front of them. Then they can look at playing the final. You look at Dreams FC this season. In the league, in the second leg, they beat Heart of Lions in Tuba. Yeah. Heart of Lions beat them in Pando in the first leg. So this presents both teams with the opportunity to have that bragging right in the third game that they are clashing for this season. You look at Dreams FC tactically. Coach Wilfred Dormont decided to go this afternoon with a 3-2-3-2 formation.
3-2-3-2.
And what he's doing, he's having Nicolas Asante and Kelvin Ahiable, the under 20 central midfielder at the heart of the midfield, to give them defensive shield. And then you have Jonathan Nemodin, Suraj Seidu, and Ebenezer Adade as a trio of attacking players. In attack, you have Abdul Razak Salifu partnering John Entry, evergreen John Entry. And if you look at what they are doing in attacking position, it tells you that they want to carry enough threat on top of the pitch. In transition, they'll be playing like the 3-2-3-2, but in terms of attacking, it will turn into a 5-man attacking phase with the wingers joining up the 2 strikers to be able to form that, and it's going to really cause problems to Heart of Lions. You look at Coach Bashir Hayford. Unfortunately, this afternoon, his top striker in Michael Efson has been suspended for this game. That's a huge blow. It's a huge blow. Because in their last game, we saw the free kick he scored to win the game for them at the Pando Park. So we're all looking up to him to continue this afternoon. But unfortunately, he's not going to start. And Coach Bashir Hayford decided to go with a 4-2-3-1 formation with the tried and tested back line in Bismarck Enim, Ebenezer Aban, Ali Fauzi, and Yao Danso. In midfield, that is where the battle is. Echedogli partners Ishmaelado. So it's Calvin Ahiamble from the under-20 teams playing against Ishmaelado from under-20 in the opposite team. So the midfield battle is going to be competitive, it's going to be tight, it's going to be very tactical. Up front, you have Calvin Asenso, Abambila Isaac, and then Michael Moses Aidem forming the trio. Then on top, Sidolf Asante. So you look at these two teams, it tells you that tactically they are coming into the game with attacking phase. They really want to go out there, attack each other, and get the goals. So the fans will be treated to something spectacular. And I can tell you, this game is not going to be boring. It's gonna live up to the billing. And the two teams will play to suit their profile, because for Heart of Lions and Dreams, they play exciting football, and that is what we are set out to see here at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
Kukudazi, you know Bashir Hayford very well. You know, quite an astute coach. He's won the league before. You know, he's hoping that he could make a mark with this Heart of Lions team, but he comes up against a coach who has also won it before as an assistant with Karim Zito. How difficult would it be coming up against a side that has won it before and not long ago, just some 3 years back?
Well, so far as I'm concerned, football is a game of uncertainties. For me, I don't believe in a system winning the game.
Okay.
A system is a guideline of a team. It's a guideline.
Okay, sorry for the rude interruption, but then our time is up. The players are ready up in the tunnel. They'll be taken onto the field very soon to battle it out for a place in the last 4. It is live coverage of the MTN FA Cup quarter-final first game here from the Cape Coast Stadium. Prince Annan and then also Nane Autichi Anderson are our commentators for this afternoon.
From the beautiful coastline here in the central region, this is Max TV bringing you a live coverage of the 2025-2026 MTN FA Cup quarterfinals here this afternoon at the Cape Coast Stadium. Shots like this brings a lot of memories to many a Ghanaian who has followed the history of Ghana, particularly history of football, and of course the genesis of our relationship between us and the white man back in the day. Forts and castles adorn our beaches, our coastline here in the nation's capital and beyond. And from Accra right through on the right-hand side towards Cape Coast, Takoradi, and on the left towards the other end of the coastline, it brings you nothing but the best. The Cape Coast Central region is noted for these forts and castles, stretches all the way to Elmina and beyond. And it is this rich history and this rich culture that we are revisiting here in Cape Coast as we bring you 2 mouth-watering quarter-final ties to mark up the quarter-final stage of the MTN FA Cup. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Cape Coast Sports Stadium. Dreams FC will take on Heart of Lions. It's a tough encounter coming your way, and we hope that you will sit back, relax, and join us as 2 coaches hit the technical benches with a lot of pedigree. One of the older generation, one for the younger generation, and of course they showing their pump, their character, showing that indeed they've been there and done that before. Dreams Football Club coming all the way to the quarterfinals. They've been at this stage before. The Cape Coast Sports Stadium is the venue, and the fans are gradually settling in for an afternoon of association football. My name is Princeton, and I'll be here with NY, that is Nanaya Techi Anderson, bringing you 90 minutes of action. It's the first of 2 encounters today here at this venue. And later on in the evening, we will see Division 1 campaigners Atram Devisa take on Mediama Sporting Club. They have been there twice in terms of the FA Cup, and so they've got a lot of pedigree. Atram Devisa was semi-finalists the last time around. They believe that they can go one step better. The fans are here. Some mixture of students are also here. We've got a brass band also waiting in attendance to enlighten and brighten up the place with their loud noise, their loud songs, and of course cheering on to victory. Once again, thank you very much. If you've just joined us, many thanks to Josiah Josiah Okokwe, that is. Blackgate was supporting with, of course, one of our palpable legends, 1978 Black Stars captain and AFCON winner, James Kuku Dadze. All is just about said. We've got officials of MTN, the proud sponsors of the FA Cup. We also have some members of the MTN FA Cup committee here in attendance. All in their quest to ensure that we bring you nothing but the best. Resplendent view here of the Cape Coast Stadium. Looking plush. And of course, one of the stadia that we can boast of in this country. And as I told you earlier on, NY is here with me. And NY, we are roaring and ready to go, bringing to our viewers nothing but the best when it comes to MTN FA Cup. We are at the quarter-final stage to be set this afternoon by Dreams Football Club and Pando Heart of Lions.
Of course, we are here to witness a very beautiful game between these two teams. They know what is at stake. This is a quarter-final fixture, and they know that they have to bring all their arsenals and see who wants it more. Dreams FC and Heart of Lions at the Cape Coast Stadium. And before this, we saw that beautiful scenery there from the Cape Coast Castle and even their beaches and shores there. Very beautiful. We are here at the Cape Coast Stadium. It's now the turn of Dreams FC. Lock horns against Heart of Lions. Dreams FC, you know what they can do in the MTN FA Cup, but we have Heart of Lions who are also gradually picking up their pieces. And this time, they know in the Ghana Premier League where they find themselves, the only slot and shot they have is in the MTN FA Cup, and they need to do something. Dreams FC taking on a Heart of Lions.
All is just about said. That combatants are on the field of play, ready for action for 90 minutes plus if necessary. We definitely need a winner. That's the Heart of Lions team traveling all the way from Pando, and they came with a lot of hope because they believe that if they cannot make it in the Ghana Premier League in terms of winning it, the shortest route to Africa is the MTN FA Cup. Dreams also believe that yes, we've been there, we've done that, but this time we want to go one step further, and so they will be relying on their experienced captain John Entry to marshal forces on the field of play. Meanwhile, Ebenezer Aban, his opposite captain, also believes the same. And so they are good to go. They will go through the picture opportunity, photo opportunities, and then the referees would usher us into the game. Let's take a look at Dreams FC's lineup with John Entry and Razak leading the pack for them. Abdul Razak Salifu, we'll see a lot from him. Suraj will marshal forces up front in the mid-section, while Nemoden and Adade will come in from the flanks. Yaro and Christian will be at the back, giving able support and coverage to Gideos, who is starting the game today for Dreams FC. Gideos Asiako. That's the Dreams team, roaring and ready to go. Let's see what they come up with against Heart of Alliance. And Coach Bashir Kweku Hayford also believes that he's got the men to do the job. And so Sensu and Aidem will be coming in from the flanks. Asante will be spearheading the attack, but then there's Ali and Aban who will be the pivot in front of Neti in goal. Heart of Lions have a traveling crowd with them. Their fans are here to give them the bobo kind of support. Team ably led by Ebenezer Aban. But clearly, the gentleman to look out for will be the chap in the number 3 jersey, Eche Dogli.
Of course, we have a game in hand here, and as you line up the starting 11 for both teams, you see this is a strong lineup from both sides. Dreams FC, the likes of John Enchi, the captain for their side, and also Suraj Saidu. And not forgetting Razak Abdul Salifu, player sporting the number 9 jersey for Dreams FC. He is among the top scorers of the MTN FA Cup, having 5 goals for Dreams. And the Heart of Lions will also be relying on the services of Eche Dogli, as you mentioned earlier on, the experience of their captain Ebenezer Aban, and also Seed of Asante.
So the gentleman to handle the match today, Charles Benlebulu, will be the man in center and will be supported by Roland Ni Dodu Ade and Theophilus Akogre, with our 4th official, Franklin Akumate. Referee assessor, by the way, is good old Alex Nikwe Kote. And already in the background, you can feel the warmth of the supporters of Heart of Lions, ably clad in their red and blue colors. And they are adding a lot of vibe and vigor to the atmosphere here at the Cape Coast Stadium. They believe that this is the game that will separate them from their Premiership rivals, Dreams FC. But meanwhile, Dreams FC have one mission and one mission only, is to go past the lads from Bando and await their semi-final opponents. One of the semi-final opponents is already known. Adriana scaled the hurdle after beating Techim and Liberty. And so, who is next? 2 games coming up your way this evening. Dreams FC and Heart of Lions will start, and they will be followed by Atram Devisa and current league leaders and potential double champions, Mediama Sporting Club. So any moment from now, hostilities will begin here at the Cape Coast Stadium. Heart of Lions will be playing from right to left as you watch on your screens. And Charles Bulu has been given the go-ahead, and so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The first of 2 quarterfinals here at the Cape Coast Stadium. Dreams with a timely clearance from the man who does a lot of the running on the right-hand side of the attack, Ebenezer Adade. His experience, rich experience, of course, will be brought to bear in this game. And Dreams would quickly organize themselves from the rear as they try to push forward. The arrows kick didn't go too far, but they still held in contention until the ball crosses the center line and goes into the half of Heart of Lions, where they can also initiate an attack of their own. Ebenezer Aban will take charge of the game, especially defensive duties. He's got a lot of work to do because a certain John Entry will come bursting at him. Heart of Lions on the threshold of an attack. Is this one coming through? This one is way over the top. Their fans love it.
Of course, that is what their fans will be gearing up to see. That was a lovely drive there from that young chap there. But the final delivery was a poor one. I was thinking he should have gone for the option to cross, see if he can get some of his colleague to get on that. Early incursions there from Heart of Lions, where Dreams FC should take note of that.
Timely clearance by Bismarck and him. Long ball forward. Good work done in defense by Dreams FC. Alaji Umar making sure that he was in the right place at the right time. First corner kick. And this goes in favor of Heart of Lions.
Yeah, Dreams FC needs to be responsible with their defensive duties, and as Heart of Lions look to power the pressure in this early moments of the first half.
Corner kick taken from the far right. Goes out, no problems at all for Dreams FC, but Eche Dogle had other ideas. Still Dreams, they have an opportunity to come forward at this clearance. Goes down after Eche Dogle put in a foot from that tackle.
Yeah, you can see from here, he tried to use his muzzle there, but a late challenge there from Eche Dogle to the player spotted in number 24 jersey for Dreams.
Coming forward, Raj got his foot to it. Yarrow now has it for Dreams. Gives the ball away too easily, and Heart of Lions will say thank you very much. It's a strong charge from Abambila. Abambila goes down, attracts the sympathy of the referee, and of course he's also being urged on by his head coach, Winfred Dormon. Dormon has been at this stage before, actually has won the MTN FA Cup before, but as an assistant coach, and that was when Karim Zito was in charge for Dreams FC, and they made a name for themselves in Africa. Here's John Entry. Nicely done. Holds back. Lays on the pass, puts the passes together. Dreams FC looking to come forward. Lovely control. Yarrow comes in and switches play to the far side. Dreams making use of the width of the field. Nicolas Asante. That couldn't go too far, but the advantage will still stay with Dreams. Eventually, it's a long ball forward by Gideos. Game continues. Early stages. First 4 minutes. No incidents to report. It's Heart of Lions starting another attack. Bismarck and him on the near side looks for options and finds Kelvin Asenso. They'll decide to bring in Ebenezer Aban to add the long passes to the build-up. Yarrow recovers. Unfortunately, that pass by Ebenezer that it didn't go to the intended target. Yarrow comes forward yet again. This time overhit, and advantage will go to Heart of Lions.
Yeah, you see that two teams have not found their rhythm yet. Both are trying to tread cautiously there, and you can understand that. Intensity of the game is just early days yet, but it's Heart of Lions who love to use that width there.
Good tackle.
That was a good tackle there from the Dreams FC player, Jonathan Nemodine. He timed his tackle very well and he got the ball there.
Game continues. Heart of Lions still keep pushing forward. Bismarck. Bismarck finds his captain Aban all the way back, spreads play, and it's looking good for Heart of Lions. Slowly but surely they come forward. Ali gets in a touch, and then there's a long ball. And Nade says thank you very much. Suraj picks it up, beats one. Ace on the pass, but he's blocked. Strong obstruction there. Charles Bulu was right on the scene and gives the advantage to Dreams.
Of course, Bismarck Enima knows how tricky Suraj can be, and he passed one, the second one, and Bismarck saying that I'm not going to allow you to do that. And they know how dangerous Suraj can be. Need to block him before he gets into the dangerous areas. But I love what I'm seeing here.
I love it too.
There's students from some of the Cape Coast or senior high schools. And as they heard that the MTN FA Cup quarter-final fixture is here at the Cape Coast Stadium, they had to troop in to also experience how the MTN FA Cup is. Suraj Saidu and I've picked a minor injury there, but I hope he's okay to continue. Long one there from Dreams FC. Hearts of Lions tidy up things up there in the defense. The winner free kick in that process. Quickly taken there at Chedogli. Chedogly's pass finds his teammate. There comes a Heart of Lions. Long one. Searching ball there. Header being connected. A chase is on, and there comes the Heart of... Oh! That should have been a shot there. Ended at the back of the net. Heart of Lions player. And also a feeble one there from Moses Ayidem, the Heart of Lions player. But take a look here. That was a long searching ball there. The chase was on. He shows his perseverance nature, but the final delivery was poor for Moses Ayidem.
Not the kind of connections you can use to get a goal, especially when Gideon or Gideos is in goal. He took his time. He placed the shot, but it was quite feeble, to be honest. And so it's a missed opportunity for Heart of Lions. But they will still sing and chant and dance, urging the team on. Tussle in midfield, looking for the control. Player goes down. Referee says play should continue. To the near side it comes. Oh, and then there's a push from behind. Referee saw that.
That was a late challenge there from Kelvin Asenso on his opponent, Ebenezer Adade. I love the way Heart of Lions always press when they lose the ball. That's the way to go if you can get something out of the defense of Dreams FC. Ball being cleared there. It falls to Moses Ayidem. Sends the ball back to his teammate. Heart of Lions with the ball. Loses possession there to Dreams FC. Dreams FC with the ball. The center stage. Send the ball back. Trying to string their passes at the back there. Dreams FC. Captain eventually finds his teammate Suraj Saidu with a shot there. Way off target there from Suraj Saidu.
Opportunity gone. Faffed there by Dreams. Eventual shot goes off target. There's a quick start for Ebenezer Aban and his charges. Bismarck's long ball, and that was good thinking, but a bit too strong. This time around, Bambila, his fast legs could not get him there fast enough. Good recovery by Yaro Isaac. Cleared away by Gideon. He may have injured himself in the process, got the better of the turf than the ball. Bismarck once again sends it all the way back and finds Ebenezer Aban. What a season Ebenezer Aban has had.
That's a very tough lad, and he always lead by example. Captain for Heart of Lions. But there goes Heart of Lions, but this time ball being booted out there from the defense of Dreams FC. That is Isaac Yaro. Throwing effective there from Dreams. Heart of Lions. Heart of Lions with the ball. Trying to see if they can get some spaces to exploit as they send the ball back to their captain, Ebenezer Aban. Ebenezer also switch play to the right side, finds Eche Dogley. Dogley with a long pass there. Ball still in play with the Heart of Lions. Join the fly there, but this time they lose the possession there to Dreams FC, and wins a free kick. But center referee spotted something different here. Oh, that was a late challenge there from Eche Dogley on the Dreams FC player. Referee spotted otherwise. Ball with Heart of Lions. Tend to enjoy the spaces there, but center referee Charles says it's a free kick for Dreams FC. Might have been some misunderstanding there going on there, and center referee comes rush on to make sure he calms situation, and the first yellow card has been shown to an Heart of Lions player, Kelvin Asenso.
Quick reaction there from Charles Bulu. Reacted as soon as it happened, and rightly so. Asenso has gone into the referee's books. Hooker ball offense that was. Yarrow continues the game for Dreams. He switches play to the far side again. Aban is in contention, and he's making sure that the ball doesn't get anywhere close to the strikers of Dreams FC. Adade recovers very nicely. He's charging forward. Hits a brick wall in Bismarck. And then Asenso with a final clearance. Doesn't go too far. Dreams FC are still looking at options as they come forward. Christian Owusu joins the attack. Owusu is stripped from behind by Eche Dogley, but recovers. That's good enough for Dreams FC, putting the passes together. But again, Heart of Lions have formed a form of a cordon. And that cordon is strong enough to prevent Dreams FC from going forward. But again, good footwork by John Entry as he laid on the pass, trying to work the 1-2 nicely with his colleagues as they come forward. It's been difficult for them to go through that wall formed by Heart of Lions. Pivoted around their captain, Ebenezer Aban. And 13 minutes gone in the first half, and goalkeeper Jason Neti is yet to be tested. Indeed, both goalkeepers are yet to be tested, but Gideos has been the busier of the two. So it's a free kick advantage to Dreams FC. It's a push forward, and then the shot is on. Against the wall, Heart of Lions will say thank you very much. They look at options coming forward. Asenso sends it back. Dogley, Bismarck pushes it forward. There's going to be a run for that. Fortunately, Seed of Asante couldn't get there early enough. Controlled header, but he goes to Captain Aban. It will be easy clearance for Bismarck. Oh, lovely chip, but then who's going through? A trip in the process. Appeals for the foul. Referee says the game should continue, and Dreams FC would come forward. Suraj goes past one, but Eche Dogley is on duty. He goes down in the process, and it will be an advantage of a free kick. Dreams FC nil, Heart of Lions nil. Let's take a look at how they got to the quarterfinals. Interesting ties. They play there. Asenso's pass into the 18-yard box. Options are bound for Heart of Lions. Can we get a decent crossing? Bismarck with a cross. Save.
Yeah, that's good. For Gideos. Notice that Bismarck cross. One, and he had to just react there. Come out to gather that ball. That's a Dreams FC who couldn't get that pass getting through there, and it's a Heart of Lions on the ascendancy once more. There comes Asenso. Fancies a shot, but that is a poor effort there coming from Kevin Asenso for Heart of Lions.
took the ball down nicely, created the space, but then completely misdirected the shot. It was miles and miles off target. Dreams FC, nothing to worry about. Asenso, he's been booked, and so he needs to be also very careful, especially when he comes to defending. Player goes down, a little bit of a nudge in the back by Echedogli, and Dreams win the advantage of a free kick inside the center circle. Round of 16 saw Dreams account for Inter Allies, beating them by 4-0. However, it was quite a difficult game for Heart of Lions, finally beating True Life by 3-2. Dreams come forward through the middle. Here's an opportunity for Dreams. Adade's cross. Nobody there to finish it off. Good intent though. Suraj Saidu was in the middle. Had the opportunity the first time of asking. But this time around, it was not to be. That was Yusuf's Saidu's pass, and then the cross from Adade. There were no green shirts there to connect. Heart of Lions will say thank you very much. Yes, Asenso through the middle. This could be dangerous. Flag is up on the far side before Seedoff Asante could cause havoc.
You can see here it's Heart of Lions. Pass there, but assistant referee saying that the Heart of Lions player moved too quickly there. Seedoff Asante. Love how Heart of Lions are exploiting the spaces down the left and the right side of the defense of Dreams FC. Ball with the captain, Enchi, been brought down in the process and wins a free kick for his team. There you go. That was the incident that John Enchi won a free kick for his team. Been a hustle going on there. Echedogli knows how dangerous John Enchi can be. Not going to allow him to skip past him like that. There's a free kick for Dreams FC. Sensing a looked across there. Enchi gets a header connected there. Echedogli clears it, but the rebound there. Not a good one from Dreams FC as a Heart of Lions goalkeeper comes out to get that. Heart of Lions turning across there. Good reading there from the Dreams FC players. They tend to good feet there. Heart of Lions on the ascendancy once more. The pass getting through there, but Seedoff couldn't read that.
Yes, and Dreams quickly recovering with that onslaught earlier on, and of course Heart of Lions are also showing a lot of resistance as they try come forward again. Dreams FC would take no chances and would want to clear the ball eagerly. Goalless with 19. Interesting so far. Echedogli makes a breakthrough, lays on the pass to the 18-yard box. Didios comes out to close the angle. Flag had gone up for offside earlier on.
I love how Heart of Lions are trying not to see if they can beat the offside trap there. And Dreams FC should be careful. And that was a tight one there. You can see that Seedoff made a move there, but he was adjourned offside. Dreams FC defenders need to be careful of that offside trap. One can get through, and that could be dangerous for them.
Once again, nicely dealt with in defense by Captain Ebenezer. Aban sends a long ball forward. He's trying to catch Dreams on the break. Careful defending on the far side, though. Cristiano Usu on guard duty. But Heart of Lions creating a lot more opportunities. Ball is swung into the 18-yard box. Not the best of swings, but they get another opportunity. This time it tries to go deep. Again, nicely defended, and eventually is booted out by Christian Owusu. It's a ding-dong battle between these two sides so far. And viewers, we need to remind you that coming up after this game, we've got an interesting encounter between last year's semi-finalist Atram Devisa, and so far they are the only Division 1 team that have made it this far. They were there last year. Some wonderful work done by their head coach and owner, Godwin Atram, former Ghanaian international. He comes up against his senior brother, Ibrahim Tanko and Mediama Sporting Club. Now, Mediama have been in Africa before. They know the terrain. They would love to go back to Africa because they tell me that, Prince, we have an unfinished business in Africa. And so they are looking to go back to finish that business. Will these combatants prevent Mediama from going forward? Join us at 7 p.m. for the kickoff of that match between Atram Devisa and Mediama Sporting Club. But currently, it's Yaro of Dreams. That long free kick. Goalkeeper commits himself and Neti punches out. Dreams will still keep the pressure coming through. Football control by Suraj. Not got options around him. Eventually he tries to lay on the pass. Dreams still have the advantage though. And here they come forward. Football control in the heart of defense. No problems for Heart of Lions, dealing with everything that has been thrown at them. And of the two coaches is Winfred Dormon, who is still on his feet, issuing the instructions. And I'm sure there are a lot of instructions that are going to be coming from him. Don't forget, lacing his boots to pick up his license A, coach. Certificate, that is. And so lots of ideas. Football control by Lions is laid to the near side. Unfortunately, Asenso goes down, but picks it up. Good work done. Entry falls deep to help with defense duties. Eche spreads the pass. And Heart of Lions are looking good as they control. Round of 32, Heart of Lions beat Nagot by 2-0. A careful but a tactical win for Lions. Dreams also had to account for Asanska by the same 2-0 goal margin. And ball goes to the advantage of Heart of Lions. They will keep the pressure on Dreams. They're trying to use the set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks to get close into enemy territory. It's not worked to perfection as yet, but they're looking at overturning the situation once they get a better grip of what's happening.
Of course, that's what they need to do, because those dead ball situations are also part of the game. Now they have a corner being swung in there by Heart of Lions, but center referee spotted that infringement there, gives an opportunity to Dreams FC. Ball still with Dreams FC. Couldn't equate his colleague. Lovely feed there. He skipped past two defenders and the shot. Once again, a feeble one from the Heart of Lions player. Should have done better on that occasion.
Again, they are creating the chances. They are making inroads into the 18-yard box of Dreams FC. They are just not positioning their shots on a target. They're rather driving all the shots towards goalkeeper. On that occasion, you should have seen Daniel Ajay, his reaction as assistant coach of the team. He wasn't too happy with the finish, and his reaction was there for all to see. Quick turn by John Entry. But Dreams FC take over now. They're coming forward. Heart of Lions have other ideas. They will still want to come forward. Beats one on the trot and is still careful running there, trying to keep the ball in play. Unfortunately, it goes out. Bambila's effort could not get him anything. And Moses and them a little bit of over elaboration and gives the ball away. Quick water break, but there you see the effort coming through by Heart of Lions. Again, creating the right attack. Not too sure whether Abambila had an idea of either finishing with a plump or just gifting the goalkeeper with a back pass. But that definitely is not going to beat Gideon Simpo. for Dreams.
Not at all. He did everything right there. By the final delivery there was poor. That technique to hit the ball, to pass the goalkeeper was not there. Chances coming from Heart of Lions. Seen one from Abambila Ismail. And also we saw one earlier from Moses Aidem. Similar chances that they've had. Couldn't really place the ball at the back of the net. They could have been 2-0 up. But let's give credit to Dreams FC goalkeeper, anticipating very well, not rushing in the moment, keeping it calm and safeguarding the heart of defense for Dreams FC. You can see that coach from Dortmund having some pep talk to his team players as they have the opportunity for the water break. Opportunity for the technical team to also have a word or two to their team players. They are behind and they have that technical and tactical eye to tweak things where it's necessary and where it matters. And some Cape Coast Secondary School students also here. Beautiful scene here at the Cape Coast Stadium. They're still in the first half. Water break is over and the game will continue. But Dreams FC will effect the throw. Scoreline still remains the same. Dreams FC 0, Heart of Lions 0. Echedogli wins it for Heart of Lions. By this time, a good block there from the Dreams FC player, sends in a long cross. That is a serious challenge. A clearance there from the Heart of Lions defense. The ball gets to the goalkeeper. He also switch play to the captain, Ebenezer Aban. So with the ball for Heart of Lions. Pushing it further. Sends it back to Bismarck. Bismarck also finds Echedogli for Heart of Lions. Switch the play to the right hand side. He finds Yao Danso for Heart of Lions. Yao Danso couldn't really get through the defense of Dreams. Dreams will have an opportunity. Build up from the back. They lose possession to Heart of Lions. Echedogli finds his teammate. Echedogli gets the ball back. Heart of Lions stringing their passes neatly there. Trying to see if they can get some space to exploit. Very difficult as Dreams FC are very strong and formidable at the back there. Not allowing Heart of Lions. They tend to build up from the back. Heart of Lions. There comes Evan. Leaves it to Yaro for Dreams FC. Yaro sends in a long one. That could be a howler there. John Entry for Dreams FC. Lovely there from Dreams FC. Showing careful build up there. The ball goes back to Omar for Dreams. Omar also finds Christian Uso. Uso also switched the play to his colleague. He gets the return ball back. And now some good challenge there from Heart of Lions. And Dreams will effect the throw in quickly there. Ball gets back to Kevin. Kevin switched the play to Yaro. That is Dreams FC. Oh, what a poor effort there coming from the Dreams FC player. He knows that he should have done better there.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of confidence, Seidu. But on this occasion, it just wasn't the right direction. But of course, he's been also involved in the game. Suraj, he's been trying to partner up front with John Entry. Like we told you earlier on, John Entry heavily policed by Aban, and so he's not been given that room to operate. We've not seen the trickery of John Entry, not just yet. It's still 30 minutes gone in the first half. We're trickling down to the last quarter. But it's careful build-up by Dreams FC anytime they do get the ball. I'm loving the combination between Yaro and Adade on the right-hand side of their attack. It's been working well so far. On the far side is Umar, who comes in as and when he can and tries to push from the left-hand side of their attack. Gideos has been in some fine form. He's anticipated all the shots that come to him. He's anticipated them well. Lovely pass through the middle, and now let's see what Dreams can do. The ball control, he twists and turns, lays on the pass. Adade gets in the cross. Again, nobody to finish. But I like the quick presence of Abdul Razak Seidu, who got in the middle in the course of the build-up. Here's another opportunity for Dreams. The push is on, but this time straight into the waiting arms of Jason Anete. Carefully ballooned out of danger zone by Bismarck. It doesn't go too far. Here's Yaro. Yaro looking for options, and he would play the 1-2 with Kelvin Ahiable. Ahiable switches it to the far side where Umar would give it a touch. And indications from Winfred Dormon has it that they should let the ball play. They should let the ball roll, as it were.
Yeah, that's what they need to do because Heart of Lions have deployed a system that is very difficult to penetrate through their defense, and doing so, building up slowly, might open up some spaces. And the ball is with Echedogli for Heart of Lions. Sends it back to Foul Ali. Ali with the ball for Heart of Lions. Tends to slow down the pace a bit. Heart of Lions keeping his short passes there. There comes a Seedorf. Seedorf wins it back, and the ball with Echedogli. Echedogli also finds Abambila. Good reading there from the defense of Dreams. There comes Dreams FC on the ascendancy. Let's see what they can do with this. Lovely run there by Dreams FC. A cross being swung in there. He put too much weight behind that ball.
You see, the irony of this is that Dreams are playing quite well. Like we said earlier on, they keeping the ball to themselves. And again, Yaro and Dade have been doing very well. But you see, in a cup competition, you need to take the chances. You need to make these crosses count. You're going to be meeting a team like former champions Midiama. Midiama has an all-round team, and they've got the men to dispossess. Heart of Lions have an opportunity. This time it should be it. While they've been probing over the last couple of minutes, most of the shots have been directed towards goalkeeper Gideos Asiako, but this time around, Seed of Asante in the right place at the right time. Simple touch in, and Gideos was completely beaten to it. Lovely build up there. Bismarck did very, very well. Ismail Abambila got his foot to it as well. He laid on the cross, and it was a simple tapping by Asante. Heart of Lions shooting to the lead.
Of course, and it was coming. You see that Heart of Lions, and look at that for a celebration there. This is a dance that has been known in Ghana here. I talk about that build-up from Heart of Lions. All credits to Ismail Abambela. Skipping past his marker there, showed that strength, a cross, and a good cross indeed. And it met Seed of Asante. All he had to do is just tap in that one. A shot there from Dreams to see if they can get a quick equalizer, but Neti is aware of that. Let's take a look here. That was the chance there from Dreams FC player. A half volley. At net, Jason was there. Also from Razak. Heart of Lions with the ball. Lovely feet there from Heart of Lions. Let's see what he can do with this by this time. Good reading and awareness there coming from the Dreams FC defenders. As Dios gets on that. Going to be an opportunity for Dreams FC to build up from the back. They are trailing and they need to know that if the scoreline remains the same, they will be losing. Dreams FC with the ball. Razak finds Asante. Asante's pass couldn't locate his team member, and Heart of Lions regain possession. Heart of Lions building up carefully there. Echedogli. Echedogli looking for that spectacular, but the precision of that ball was poor there. He might have seen the goalkeeper, Dios, stepping out of his line, and who fancy to have that outrageous effort there. Aban with a strong header there. Straighter to the captain for Dreams. Dios comes out. Sends in a long ball there. No one there to get on that. Ball goes out of play. Heart of Lions effects the throw in quickly there. There's a foul on the Heart of Lions player. Opportunity for Heart of Lions to build up from the back. Dreams FC will chase on. Echedogli with the ball for Heart of Lions. Heart of Lions once again, lovely feet there from Abambela. Still with the ball for Heart of Lions. At this time, too many touches there, but Heart of Lions with the ball. Echedogli finds his teammate Ado. Lovely feet there. Could this be goal number 2? But this time, defense of Dreams FC are very alert there. What was he thinking there with that pass?
Yeah. Same questions Winfred Dormond is also asking. You had men who were free around you, would have opted for one of them. This time the advantage will go to Dreams. And they have not relented or relaxed on their oars even after they conceded a goal. They've still been pushing, trying to come forward. They are down. I want to believe it's goalkeeper Neti. He's had a very quiet afternoon. Made a couple of saves here and there. But again, big thanks to the MTN FA Cup committee spreading the venues so that at least the games could be watched by those in the vicinity, although they would also have the opportunity of watching it live on TV. So here we are in the central region, the Cape Coast Sports Stadium to be precise. Fans are loving every bit of it. And we also doff our hats to the National Sports Authority for ensuring that this venue was kept ready for the back-to-back quarter-final games. Don't forget, we have 2 games coming your way. First game is ongoing and now. Later on, we will have Mediama Sporting Club and Atram Devisa also getting onto the field for the second quarter-final. Congratulations to the National Sports Authority. And ironically, by the way, in 2 days, it will be 1 year in office for the Chief Executive of the National Sports Authority, Mr. Yawan Pofuankra. Congratulations to him. He's been busy since he took the mantle of the National Sports Authority and has worked assiduously through. Injury there. Ebenezer Dade holding on to his head. He will attract the sympathy of Charles Bulu, the center referee. Charles Bulu is a FIFA referee, by the way, and a member of the Ghana Immigration Service. Competent referees chosen for these tough quarter-final ties. As Heart of Lions seek to come forward yet again. Good ball control by Ishmael Ado. Bismarck. Dogley. Heart of Lions will put passes together as they seek to come forward. And they seem to have some total control of the game, especially after they got their goal. Seem to be directing affairs, especially from the middle.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. They need to control and manage the game. They are looking at Dreams FC coming out, but Dreams FC are very cautious there. And Heart of Lions are doing everything possible for Dreams FC to come out from. But there comes Heart of Lions once again. Kelvin Asenso with the ball. Sensing the pass, but good reading there from the defense of Dreams FC. Still ball in play. Echadogli fancy a shot.
Yeah.
This time, assistant referee raised up the flag. Not side.
Yeah, referee got it spot on. The player actually realized that he was in the offside trap, Asante Sidov, and was trying to come out of it. But he was spotted. A gentleman who has his name on the score sheet so far. Sidov Asante. Ahiable and Co will now have to put the pieces together as they come forward for Dreams.
I find it quite a difficult task there. Ahiable and Nicolas Asante without a midfield partner. Finding it difficult to match up with the likes of Echadogli, Ado Ishmael and Abambila Ismail of Heart of Lions. We talk about a midfield battle. Heart of Lions midfield looks more purposeful and seems to be very fluid whenever they have the ball. And say the same for Dreams FC.
Asante brings the ball back. An opportunity for Heart of Lions beckons as they try and work from their left-hand side. Bismarck with a cross through the middle. Eludes a couple of players. And eventually the clearance can be handled by Dreams. Doesn't go too far though. They've given the advantage to Heart of Lions. Throw in quickly effected. We've done 43 minutes of the first half. It's just one goal to the good. Advantage Heart of Lions. Long ball forward by Heart of Lions. Lovely dummy into the 18-yard box. Abambila's cross again. This time it fell short. Nobody there to connect, but again, look at the body swerve. Nicely done. Yarrow was left a few steps back, but Heart of Lions could not take the advantage. And so another careful build-up by Dreams. John Entry. Wrong tackle coming in. John Entry is in a haste to take the free kick. He takes it. Oh! Cross came in from Suraj. But again, the finishing was just not there. So see John Entry quickly. He took the free kick. He had the advantage. Suraj got to the ball, sent in the cross, but it was a bit too strong.
And that's the difference between Dreams FC and Heart of Lions. Dreams FC have had a couple of chances, but their crosses are not very good enough. But anytime Heart of Lions get a cross swung in, you see the urgency and how dangerous it is. Good play there from Heart of Lions. There comes Kevin Asenso. Switch the play to Ismail Ado. Ado for Heart of Lions. Finds Sidov. Sidov also finds his teammate up front there, Moses Ayedam. Moses with the ball for Heart of Lions. Sends in a shot. But that is not going to trouble the defense of Dreams FC. See how Heart of Lions are very, very quick when they get the ball. It looks very direct and more purposeful as compared to Dreams FC. 5 additional minutes being added on by the officials. Heart of Lions 1, Dreams FC 0. Player down. Eche Dogleaf. Maybe this can give us what really happened to Eche Dogleaf there. Maybe that was he's a strong lad. Sure, he can get through that.
He will be out in he will be up in a minute. He definitely would love to continue the game. One of the brightest spots for Heart of Lions, by the way, this season. And that's the recap of that build-up by Abambila. He did very, very well to thwart the effort of Isaac Yaro. Got in the cross, and all Asante had to do was to stretch out that right foot of his. This time around, Gideos was beaten for the very first time.
That seed-off was at the right time. And talk about the sweetness of the cross coming from Abambila Ismail. That is what Dreams FC are lacking there.
And that's their head coach, Winfred Dormont. He looks a little bit frustrated, although he also believes that the game is played and won in 90 minutes, and so he's still got some time. At least he's got the whole of the second 45. Game resumes with Gideos, the Siako. The long ball into enemy territory. Aban gets his head to it. And Aban seems to have won all the 50-50 balls when he goes against John Entry. It's been a very, very difficult day at the office for John Entry.
He knows John Entry very well. He's not going to allow him that space and freedom to operate. Always closing him up, Aban, and that's what a captain needs to do for his team. Free kick for Dreams FC in a very dangerous area.
And Daniel Nieje is not too happy with the referee's decision. Let's take a look at it and see exactly what happened. And so there was a tussle in there and a little bit of a shove. That was clear and that was obvious. It was his player who was caught in the pushing and the shoving there. A little bit of a nudge. And Yao Danso could not walk away from trouble. Giving the advantage to Dreams. Nete says he's ready. He's positioned his wall well. A few advantages come the way of Dreams FC. John Entry himself can score from set pieces. I'm not too sure whether he's fancying his chances this time around. Forming a little bit of a deviative wall with his colleague Razak. Free kick is on. Nicely done. Jason Nete covered his ground very well. No problems at all for Heart of Lions.
Yeah, you could see that Ebenezer Dade went in with that placement there, but Nete covered that up easily. Not a strong shot to trouble the goalkeeper. Good height for him to gather that up. And there comes Dreams FC down the right flank there. They lose possession to Heart of Lions. Ismail. The ball gets back to Yao Danso of Heart of Lions. Finds Moses Aidem. There comes Heart of Lions. This time has been brought down there, and referee Charles is just right there. Whistles for a free kick advantage for Heart of Lions. And there you see the late challenge there. He has no cause alarm to complain there. Referee was spot on.
Well, referee was close to the action, but from the replay, it looked like the Dreams FC defender got the ball and not the man, as it were. But obviously, Charles Bulu was the closest to the angle. He's given a free kick, and a free kick it is. Now, let's see what other options will come the way of Heart of Lions. Daniel Nieje issuing instructions together with Stephen Aholu. Free kick is on, is blocked, and nicely done. But the referee believes that we've had a lot of the action in the first 45 minutes as he blows the whistle to end the first half. So far, so good for those who have watched the game, have enjoyed it from a distance. It's just a goal that separates the two sides, but it makes it a lot more difficult to see which direction the game is going. Heart of Lions have played their hearts out. They've pushed and pushed. They've managed to get one goal. Dreams have also tried their chances. A few came their way, but wasted those efforts. And the Heart of Lions players are appreciative of the fans who are giving them the support. Wonderful game it has been in the first 45 minutes. And at the end of the first half, it's Dreams 0, Heart of Lions 1.
First division, second division, MTN so what premiership, first division, second division, third division, MTN FA Cup, we are waiting by the grace of God. Premium first division, second division, third division, Odia. MTN FA Cup, we are waiting by the grace of God. Premium first division, second division, third division, Odia.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, test 2.
welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we put the final touch. There we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now you know do for yourself, nobody go do for you. So you for do now.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
All right, so welcome back, and it's halftime here at the Cape Coast Stadium, where it is Bando Heart of Lions leading 2022-23 FA Cup winners at Dreams FC here. It's been a cage game, quite a lot to talk about, quite an interesting game, and we saw Seedoff Asante getting the goal for Bando Heart of Lions. My name is Jose Okuku. I'm still here at pitchside with 1978 AFCON winner James Kukudadzi, and then also Francis Aboibo Blackgate. Welcome back, gentlemen. Francis, what a game we just witnessed. What a first half we witnessed. But would you say it's fair to see Heart of Lions in the lead heading into the break?
Well, if you look at the first half permutations, I think Heart of Lions created the clearest chances in that first half. If you look at the cutting edge, they've probed enough and they deserve to go into the half-time. That does not mean that Dreams FC have not carried enough threat. It's just that in the attacking third, the few times that they try to carve Heart of Lions out on the wings, the final delivery leaves much to be desired. And the wingers, both the left flank and the right flank, they need to be calm and composed in terms of their final delivery. But in entirety, the game was very lively in terms of attacking phase of play. Both teams
All right, so that's highlight of the game. The first half, big chances this time. It was Suraj who managed to tee up Adade, but then he just couldn't make Heart of Lions, making good use of that opportunity they got. But would you say the scoreline is a fair reflection of the first half?
Absolutely. Actually, Heart of Lions, they are having good exchanges of the game. They are applying the principles of play, both in defense and attack. They are well organized, well composed. They can string their passes together. And in football, we possess to defend and we possess to attack. That is what Heart of Lions are doing. Okay? They are possessing the ball well. It means that they are defending also. Because when you are possessing, the opponent doesn't have the chance of getting the ball. So in effect, you are defending.
Yeah.
At the same time, you are attacking. So Heart of Lions, I think they are applying the principles of play effectively. That is why they are leading by 1-0.
But yeah, they are yet to concede in this game. But you look at how good they've been on the offensive end. You'd say that with that combination up front, it's likely they could be getting more goals because we've seen them utilize the wide areas very well. Would you also say that's down to Dreams FC not defending as a unit?
Yes. I could see that the defensive line of the Dreams, they are always is that you give pressure to the opponent And they are not doing that. That is why there's spaces, behind them. And Heart of Lions are utilizing that space.
Over there, Abambila, teeing up his forward, Sidov Asante, to just tap that one into the back of the net. Would you say that it was quite, avoidable?
If you look at the trio of attacking players that has been planted on top of the pitch by Coach Bashir Hayford, look here, the exchanges, the way they interchange passes within themselves, and the awareness and the timely arrival of the top marksman, Sidov Asante, to put that away speaks volume. It tells you the pattern, how they've rehearsed this. Look at the cut back into the 6 yard, and look at the way you can question the centre back pairing.
Yarrow allowing him too much space to arrive at the right time. Fouled him for the yellow card.
But fouling him is a penalty at that particular point in time. See, Kevin Asenso, Abambila Ismail, and Moses Aidem, the trio of attacking players behind the main marksman, Sidov Asante, anytime they get onto the ball, they carry so much threat, and they are pacey, they are trickery, they jinx left, right, center. In terms of the step over, anytime they have the ball, they just run through the entire defensive unit of Dreams FC. And Coach Wilfred Drummond need to have a look at that and go back to the tactical formation and tell his wing backs that you've got to stay close to them. You don't need to do the shadow marking, because these guys are very quick, they are very fresh, and they've been the live wire of Heart of Lions on top of the pitch. One thing that Heart of Lions have done perfectly in the first half is the partnership between Echedogli and Ishmaelado at the heart of the midfield. They are limiting the spaces. So what they are doing, they are covering the spaces in front of the Dreams FC attacking players. So they are starving the top marksman, John Entry, of decent services. He's someone that carries threat, but when the balls don't get to him, he can't be able to put them away. And for Heart of Lions, they've been very tactically disciplined, and in terms of the way they attacked that first half, they've been by far the best team in the first half.
If you're Coach Kukudadzi, now you're in Dortmund shoots, Dreams FC, they've won it before, but at this point, history is not speaking for them. It looks more like what you do now, how you're able to interpret that, attacking, setup by the coach. What are you telling the boys? Do you make them go down memory lane to tell them, that's how we won it, we've won it before, you need to step up, or what are you changing?
Yeah, exactly. Football is about, we have 4 components: conditioning, technique, tactic, and psychology. Comparing the two, Heart of Lions are fitter than Dreams FC.
Oh, okay.
Yes. When you compare the two, that is why Heart of Lions can string their passes together. They are quicker, their movement, yes. So they are fitter than Dreams FC. And football, condition is key. Okay?
Yeah.
You are willing to go to play, but if you are not well conditioned, you will be restricted. So, psychologically, a Dortmund has to tell his boys that no matter the circumstances, they should go ahead, try to live their game, okay, so that they can equalize. That is about all. No sack. I don't have to sack the players up at this point in time. That is the only antidote.
Francis, quickly, the players are preparing to get onto the field for the second half action, but Coach Bashir Hayford, he's in control now. His side is in control now. Yeah, he had worries, but it looks like Sidov Asante is getting the job done for him in the absence of Mike Lefson, who has been suspended. But what do they need to do now in the second half?
Well, if Heart of Lions can be calm and decisive in attacking third, in the first half, they carved out our 5 premium chances. You look at Bambila, he stepped over Dami, the defender, 1v1 with the goalkeeper, even before they broke the deadlock. His final decision making, he just decided to shoot the ball direct to the goalkeeper. You have to be calm and composed and pick up the right decisions. And if they do that, Josiah, they can cushion the lead. But Dreams FC that we know, with all their experience, they'll come back and give us as a rejuvenated team in the first half and play better than the first half, because they've shown that in all the games that they've played in the league. And for Heart of Lions, you have to be cautious, because we've seen them throw away some wins this season in the Ghana Premier League. Even in the round of 16, we saw how True Life took them to the cleanest. They had to dig deep to win the game by 3-2. So for Dreams, they'll have to think back and come back and correct whatever they were doing wrongly and try to tweak the formation. If the 3-2-3-2 is not working, they can switch to a 4-4-2, where they can get Razak Salifu to play closer off the shoulders of John Entry, so that they can complement each other well and have extra man on top of the pitch. But for Heart of Lions, the 4-2-3-1 is working perfectly.
Kukudati, if you are Coach Dortmund, would you be changing something? I'm picking up information that definitely there could be some changes right before the second half begins for Dreams FC. Is that the right thing to do now?
Why not? Because we've got to beef up the team, because they are down. And comparing the two teams, the Heart of Lions are playing well. So you need to change your plan or the tactics or the formation. But the fact is that I don't believe in formation winning games. But rather what you put in, applying the principles of play, both in defense and attack, that will give you the win.
All right, so the players are out now, warming up a bit. It's Heart of Lions in firm control now. 1-0 lead. They headed into the break, and that goal scored by Seed of Asante, giving them that lead. Francis, you expect the scoreline to change before halftime?
Yes, I expect some goals to come.
Before full time, yeah?
Yeah, I expect some goals in the second half. Dreams FC can score at any time because they have John Entry on the pitch. And you look at Abdul Razak Salifu. He has been very good in the MTN FA Cup. He has scored about 4 to 5 goals for them in the MTN FA Cup so far. They should come. But for Heart of Lions, if Asenso, Abambila, and Moses Aidem can combine beautifully on top of the pitch with Cesar of Asante, then they should be able to get a cushion goal in this game.
Kukudati, anything to change as far as the scoreline is concerned?
Well, from the look of things, from the first half, I believe that the Heart of Lions can go ahead again.
You think they can score more goals in this game?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so they are ready now for second half action. We joined the feed. We'll be back after 90 minutes.
Welcome back. We are still here at the Cape Coast Stadium getting ready for the second 45 minutes of an interesting encounter between Dreams Football Club and their opponents from Bando, Heart of Lions. It looks like Dreams FC would want to get some fresh limbs onto the field of play, and so we're going to have a quick change. Jonathan Nemoden has made a way for Adam Saminu. And so it's Dreams who get us underway for the second half of this encounter. Don't forget, Heart of Lions lead by 1. And that's the first touch for the substitute Adam Saminu. As Dreams come forward, is a long telling ball. Goes out of play for a goal kick.
Well, also Dreams FC have done 2 substitutions. At the start of the second half, as you said, Prince, Adam Saminu comes in for Jonathan, and also Kofi Jr. Kuma also comes in for Isaac Yaro.
2 quick changes by Dreams FC. Let's see whether it changes the scoreline for them. So a very strong, combative Isaac Yaro in the first half. Not too sure the reasons why he's been substituted, but Winfred Dortmund knows exactly what he hopes to achieve with the team today. Obviously, he wants to get to the level he got to last season when he went into the MTN FA Cup as the assistant coach.
The coach of Dreams FC effected these 2 substitutions in the second half. I'm sure it has to do with how Dreams FC will stop the services coming from Kelvin and Moses. Many times you see that they fancy using the spaces on the Isaac Yarrow side. That has caused that substitution to be made by the technical point from Dreams FC.
Ball kicked away by Heart of Lions, but it only goes as far as Adadi. Adadi turns his marker inside out. John Entry gets a foot to it. The rebound is far out for him to connect. And so it's goalkeeper Jason Netty who picks up the pieces for Heart of Lions and will initiate the attack. It's a strong run from the Heart of Defense by Heart of Lions into half of the opponent. Lovely interpositional play. Yao Danso sends it back. Quick reorganization by Fauzi Ali. It's a long ball in. Heart of Lions now looking good as they come forward. He sends a decent cross in across the face of goal. Hits the goalkeeper. Appeals for the handball, not a given. But that was close enough, a close shave. Heart of Lions threatening to get a second goal and to cushion their lead in the match. That didn't happen. Gideos gets a long one back into play, and Heart of Lions would reorganize and see whether they can get themselves coming forward yet again. Long ball forward. Dreams FC in this early part of the second half doing a lot of the defending. Dogley comes in thick and fast as a tackle. Was trying as much as possible to get to the ball, but unfortunately Adams's pass or Adams's tackle was a bit too strong. Judged to be unfair, says Charles Bulu. And of course we all know the mark of this young man, Eche Dogley. He's quick, he's fast. Heart of Lions creates more opportunities. Anticipating the cross from the near side, Yao Danso got in the cross, but it was Nicolas Asante whose body got in the way. Corner kick advantage, Heart of Lions. It's the first early incursion in the second half. And sitting right in front of us in commentary position is the legend Kuku Dadze. There's a quick takeover by Dreams FC, quick turn, and then there's a long ball forward by Adams. It looks promising as John Entry runs to the ball. Nete. Oh, he tidies up nicely. Not been a fruitful day for John Entry, at least so far. The Lions will come forward again.
Well, it's about the Heart of Lions, players knowing where to arrive. Still ball in play for Heart of Lions. Could this be the second goal? Cross there from the Heart of Lions player. Couldn't locate anyone. Still ball in play. At this time, Dreams FC get the clearance. Yao Danso to Ado. Danso gets the ball back. Time Dreams FC get the ball. But good recovery there from Ismail Ado. Sends the ball back to his captain, Ebenezer Aban. But center referee Charles Bulu spotted that infringement there. That could be a late challenge on Ismail Ado. And Suraj Saidu looking frustrated there. Maybe that was a knot from the back there, and that's why you saw the players of Heart of Lions complaining to the referee, and a card being shown to Suraj Saidu. As the second yellow card we've seen in this game so far. One apiece for each team. Kelvin Asenso for Heart of Lions, and now it's Suraj Saidu's turn.
You get the feeling that Dreams FC, the players on the field, are getting a little bit frustrated. But obviously, not to lose their cool, need to keep their calm. Big tete-a-tete between Adnan Saeed and his boss, Winfred Dormon. Game continues. Heart of Lions spreads play to the far side. Good recovery now. Dreams FC. Let's see what kind of options they have as they set their pass through, and eventually is booted away. Tidied up in defense by Heart of Lions, but Dreams FC will still keep coming forward. This time around, didn't end the way they had wanted it to end. Unfortunately, the flag is up. Lions have the advantage. It's a careful build-up by Heart of Lions. They're trying to use interpositional play coupled with some long passes. As we see this time around, no problems for Dreams. They would have the easiest of clearances out by Umar. All goes to goalkeeper Gideos. Target was John Entry. John Entry couldn't get to the ball, but Dreams will still keep coming forward. Lovely back heel. Can he get a decent crossing? Obviously, he can't. And so, for Heart of Lions, they will still maintain their composure. And again, not in a haste to really come forward. There's no need to catch Dreams FC on the counter-attack, because Dreams have men committed in the heart of midfield and defense as well. Another build-up by Gideos. This time is a long ball. Steady heading for a clearance by Heart of Lions. Player goes down, gives the advantage away.
Well, you look at Heart of Lions and you see they are tactically disciplined. They know how to regroup themselves and position themselves when they have the ball and not having the ball, but that is a piece of skill there from John H. Finds his teammate. Earlier on, that was Suraj Saidu. But a switch play there to the right side, Dreams FC. But the Heart of Lions player had a head on that. Ball falls on Dreams FC player, cross swung in there. Could this be good? But a header from the Dreams FC player was deflected there, and the winner corner, Dreams FC. Every time they get a cross in, their final delivery, not too much of a purposeful one. But a corner kick for Dreams FC, and let's see what he can do with this one. As Heart of Lions are there in their numbers to defend. In a push going on there in the penalty area, and the center referee needs to have a word or two.
Yeah.
For the players.
I see he's called John Entry aside and having a quick word with him. It was that tussle that he had with Eche Dogli that sent Dogli down. Corner kick is on. It's floated in. Dreams FC failed to connect on that occasion, and they've given the opportunity to Heart of Lions. But it looks like worrying times for the Dreams FC player who's down. We'll take a look at the corner kick again. He doesn't look like he was impeded in the process, went down heavy.
Yeah.
On that occasion. That's the corner kick that came through.
Yeah, no one there.
Yep.
Hustling him, Razak Abdul Salifu. I'm sure he couldn't get his bearings well and maybe landed awkwardly there. But he's a player on the top scorer chart. 5 goals for Dreams FC, and we've not really seen much of his prowess this afternoon in this game. I give credit to the Heart of Lions defense, making sure they keep close tabs on the likes of Razak, John Enchi, and Suraj Saidu. James wins the free kick. And anytime you see Heart of Lions off the ball, Look how tactically they close the gaps, not allowing Dreams FC to exchange short passes to even operate in the spaces that they'll get. That is how tactically disciplined Heart of Lions have been so far. A cross being swung in there by Dreams FC. Ball with John, and he finds Suraj. Suraj with a shot there. Oh, that should have ended at the back of the net. Suraj Saidu.
Indeed.
He went in for that lofted chip of shot there. And I was thinking, should have driven it low there to work the goalkeeper. That was a lovely pass there from John, but Suraj had one thing to do, shoot it on purpose to equalize the goal. He failed on that occasion.
Missed opportunity for Dreams and for Suraj Saidu. They'll still keep coming forward, trying to put pressure on the defense of Heart of Lions. But so far, they've not broken any sweat, the defense of Heart of Lions. Has been wonderful so far. Ebenezer Aban has stood tall. Player breaks through, but obviously Nete would react first.
Nete's reaction have been very solid for Heart of Lions. Always making sure he sniffs out to rescue any danger settings coming from Dreams FC players.
We're gradually hitting the 1 hour mark in this game. And it's still that solitary goal that separates Heart of Lions from Dreams FC. Once again, Dougley goes down. Such a busy chap on the field of play, Eche.
Yeah, very strong, solid, robust foe, and always dictate the pace of the game for her side. Heart of Lions partnering him with Ado Ishmael.
Raj Saidu runs after that but can't get to the ball. Easy clearance for Heart of Lions. They will come out through Ali's long pass through the middle, and Heart of Lions look clear on the far side. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. Now this is another opportunity for Heart of Lions to see whether they can register their authority in the game. Well read in defense by defense. Well read in defense by Dreams, I beg your pardon. Abambila gets busy yet again as Heart of Lions look at threading passes through the 18-yard box. Here they come into the 18-yard box. It's still going, but the flag is up for offside.
And you look at how Heart of Lions, anytime they attack, looks very dangerous there. But yes, the assistant referee got it right there. There was offside. And also good reading there from the Dreams FC goalkeeper, Idaios. Dreams FC with the ball. They lose possession to Heart of Lions. Lions with the ball. Lovely feet there from the Heart of Lions player. Going forward there, a pass to Moses. Moses tends to skip past his marker, but there goes Sidov. Sidov has been blocked there. And this time, Heart of Lions couldn't get through the defense of Dreams FC. Christian with that challenge there. There comes Dreams FC. Razak is fouled there and wins a free kick. 60 minutes done at the Cape Coast Stadium. Scoreline is Dreams FC 0, Heart of Lions 1. Player is down. Our center referee says play must continue. The ball gets into the safe hands of Nete of Heart of Lions. Still, Heart of Lions player is still down, and they still continue to play. Long cross there. Couldn't get to his team player. As Dreams FC will keep their short passes going. Good reading there from the Heart of Lions player as they regain possession, but they lose possession just Dreams FC with the ball. There comes Suraj Saidu. Return pass couldn't get to Suraj. Asa Dreams FC still with the ball. But eventually, center referee blows and halts proceedings.
Yeah, well, NY, we're not on the field of play. Center referee Charles Bulu is, but the signals that we were getting from the first aiders on the side was that the player really was in pain and needed help when he went down.
Yeah.
And there you see the Dreams players complaining about that. That was the tackle. And I'm sure everybody was wondering why Charles Bulu was still playing on. I guess he had wanted to give the advantage to the team that had the ball. The player was on the ground and needed the support. But anyway, it's good enough. Fans have made their way to the stadium. We understand that there are a couple of buses on the way from Takwa, we've been told. And fans of Mediama Sporting Club are getting close. That's Daniel Ajay. He's not too happy, complaining about one thing or the other to Asante Seedoff. And rarely, for the very first time, we've seen Coach Bash on his feet. He's been sitting all through. Game will continue, and it's Nicholas Asante. Dreams come forward.
There comes James. Ball falls to Umar for Dreams FC. Finds Suraj. Suraj trying to hold on, but he's been fouled in that process. Wins a free kick for his team. Umar sends the ball back to Kofi. Kofi also finds colleague, but the ball couldn't get through as Heart of Lions. The ball was Seedoff. Seedoff finds his team mate, and it's Heart of Lions while keeping the possession. The ball with Heart of Lions player by this time. Goalkeeper Gidaios comes out to get on that. Dreams FC will have an opportunity to get up from the back. Too much touches there coming from the Dreams FC player. But eventually Heart of Lions also lose possession there. Long ball from the Dreams FC defender. No one there as the target man. The ball goes out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Heart of Lions. Ebenezer Aban sends in a long one. Had have been connected there, and there comes Heart of Lions down the left-hand side. What a timely tackle there from the defender of Dreams FC. Dreams FC sends in a section long ball there to the captain John Entry. Gets on that. Tried a dribble pass his marker, but that was a good defending there coming from the Heart of Lions defender, still holding on. Center referee blows his whistle for a foul.
And John Entry is not too happy about that. Clearly showed that he was not impeding the man in front of him. There you see with his hands raised. And then he gave up in desperation.
You see the body language coming from John Entry. Initially he thought the whistle would be going in favor of him, but center referee had otherwise. Here comes Heart of Lions. They are looking to fight for every 50-50 ball. Gidaios sends in a long one. Good control there from the Dreams FC player. And the pass couldn't get through as Aban gets on that. Finds his teammate Kevin. Kevin with the ball for Dreams. Heart of Lions sends in a cross there. Dreams FC couldn't really keep the possession as they lose possession to Heart of Lions once again. Kevin sends the ball back to Bismarck. Bismarck finds Eche Dogley for Heart of Lions. Now with Ishmael Ado for Heart of Lions. Bismarck. The ball gets straight to Ali. Ali also finds Danso. Ali gets the ball back. Good string of passes coming from Heart of Lions. This time, good defending there from the Dreams FC player. Assistant referee have to come in to issue some instructions to the players on the field. Dreams FC wanting to get the ball rolling. Heart of Lions also have other ideas. Throwing effected by Heart of Lions. Dreams FC. Center referee blows his whistle for a foul. Omar finds his colleague Kevin. Kevin also finds teammates a cross being swung in there. This time assistant referee blows, shows his flag. And it's offside there. An opportunity for Heart of Lions to build up from the back, but before that, there's going to be a substitution to be made on the Heart of Lions side. They look to do a double substitution as Moses Idem is going out for Paul Ejay attack to come in, and also Kojo Kuma Macaulay also will be coming in.
Fresh limbs on the field, and Dreams FC will be wanting to use Pamon Biabala, his speed, to advantage in the heart of midfield for Dreams FC. But again, these changes could mean a lot of things. Both coaches trying to look at a more positive way of attacking the opponent. Winfred Dormon and, of course, Daniel Oni Ejay, the two coaches in contention. They all want to outdo each other as they look for a claim into the semi-finals of the MTN FA Cup. Of course, both would want to go to Africa. Champions League gives players an opportunity, raise their level of the game, and of course, their talent to be made known. And for Daniel Anieje, he's been there, he's done that. His exploits with Kotoko back in his playing day gave him an opportunity to play for the likes of TP Mazembe, and also an opportunity to play in the CAF Champions League. Game will continue. We've hit the 70th minute mark. 20 of the most to go. There's still a 1-0 advantage to Heart of Lions. Scoreline stays the same. It would be good news for the lads from Pando. But Dreams won't give up until the final whistle. They organize from the rear and come forward through Umar. Christian gets it back to Umar as they put the pieces together to see whether they can travel past the center line. Meanwhile, the first tranche of fans from Takwa have arrived. Idiama Sporting Club clearly would be relying on the support of their fans to see them cruise to the last but one stage of the MTN FA Cup, which is the semi-final. A position they found themselves in before, Quick recovery by Dreams. Gideos with a long kick away. Good ball control by Ishmael Ado in the middle. Latched on nicely. Still kept his composure and the control as Heart of Lions come forward. It's looking good. Oleje Yata. Nico brings it to the near side, finds Yao Danso. Danso back to Ado. And before John Entry could tear off, referee noticed a foul on Nicholas Ado. And that was a quick turn, and then he was dragged in the process.
Yeah,
Center referee Charles Bulu was there.
Pull back there from Surat on Ishmael Ado. I won a free kick for Heart of Lions. Ball for Heart of Lions. They look to break free there. At this time, the alertness of the defense of Dreams couldn't break free. There's a poor pass there coming from the Dreams FC player. But player down. 18 yard of Dreams FC.
A little bit of a worry there for the Dreams. They've made a couple of changes. It won't be the right time for them to lose players. At least when they still have their eyes on the prize. 1 goal to the good for Heart of Lions. They have received tremendous support from their fans here at the Cape Coast Stadium. And they would want to go back to Pando with everything intact. And there's a chief tactician of Heart of Lions, Coach Bashir Kweku Hayford, issuing instructions to one of the subs who may be joining his colleagues on the field of play. Observation of the game from a distance. So far, so good. And again, we must have our hats off for the men who have been in charge of this game. Center referee Charles Bulu, assisted by Roland Nidodu Adi and Theophilus Akogre, with Franklin Akumate as our 4th official. Ishmael Ado sends the ball back. Dogley looking for Ishmael Ado, but this time around there was a faulty pass. Advantage will stay with the Dreams. Seedorf goes in for a strong tackle. And unfortunately, a card has been showed. And I'm saying unfortunately because Eche Dogley really could not fathom why. And now the replay gives us a clear idea of why Charles Bulu flashed the yellow card on Eche Dogley for that late tackle. Can't control. Kicks the ball out of play. Advantage Dreams FC. They would come forward into the last quarter of the match. Dreams still trail by 1-0. Meanwhile, yesterday it was good news for Epiana FC as they beat their Division 1 opponents by 3-0. It's now the turn of Anthony Owusu to come on the field and take the place of Ishmael Abambela. Good game he's had, Ishmael, so far. The orchestrator of the only goal of the game.
Yeah.
And anytime their players are being substituted, their fans applaud. They show appreciation. And Abambela has played his heart out today. Takes a break. Game will continue. And obviously gets a pat on the shoulder.
Wow.
And there's been a tussle between these two players for a while now on the field of play. Colleagues have to come in to separate the two. Charles Bulu.
Game getting a bit physical there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a referee will look to stamp his authority going forward.
Cristiano Owusu in the thick of affairs. But game will continue now with Heart of Lions. Trying to thread a pass through the middle. Asante. Quick reaction by Gideos. Player brought down under the eagle eyes of referee Charles Bulu, and he gives the free kick to Dreams FC. Quickly effected. He's got space in front of him. Can he deliver the perfect cross? Not the best of crosses. Echidogli says thank you very much as he clears, but it doesn't go too far. Dreams come calling yet again. Lovely pass through the middle. Can he keep it in play? Manages to get in the cross, but storm weathered by Heart of Lions. Dreams, they will not give up. They will still come forward. Gideos. No problems at all for Uma in this game. Dreams wanting the advantage as they come forward. This time a shot from a distance. The idea may have been good, but it just lacked the direction.
Of course, that is a Dreams FC player. Could see that Sante knows he should have done better on that shot there. But you look at how Heart of Lions, with the changes that they've made, they've tweaked their formation a bit. This time, Echidogli will be a bit slow with his tackles, knowing that he's already on a yellow card. He needs to be very careful. This time we'll be seeing much of long balls from Heart of Lions. There comes Dreams. At this time, good defending there from the captain, Ebenezer Aban for Heart of Lions. Ball forced to Christian. There comes Suraj Seidu. Lovely flick there from Suraj. Finds Asante. Asante, too much of elaboration there. Loses possession, and Heart of Lions will say thank you very much. Paul, being foul there. And wins a free kick for his team. The pace of the game have slowed down a bit, and Heart of Lions will be happy to see that going that way. Can't say the same for Dreams FC since they are trailing here at the Cape Coast Stadium. A long ball into the safe hands of Gideos, sends in a long one. Echidogli finds his teammates. There comes Heart of Lions. They try to see if they can get something going on there. Lovely feet there, and wins a free kick.
Yep, free kick advantage. It was a leak call by the center referee. But again, there is that intent, that purposefulness for Heart of Lions as and when they come forward. Good defending though by Dreams. Kofi Kuma had to make himself large. And yet more limbs would be refreshing the field in just a matter of time. Dreams FC throwing everything into the game. They need to get the goal back. But here is the free kick. Drilled in nicely, but it goes over the top. Clipped the crossbar in the process. But no worries at all for Gideos. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lovely drive there. But couldn't get on target. Just over the crossbar there, but Dreams FC will fancy to build up from the back. Christian. Paul Very strong there. But Dreams FC gets the ball back. There comes Sante. Paul also showing that he's also strong there, but eventually Echedogli comes out there to get the ball. As Dreams FC looking to break free there, but a shot from distance. But it's off target there from Dreams. Dreams are throwing everything they have. And this time it was a shot that was looking to beat the goalkeeper, but was off target there.
Good intent by Blabala. Shot went off target. Meanwhile, Dreams bring on some fresh limbs. Nazir is on now. And Daniel Niaje, the assistant coach of Heart of Lions, is telling his boys to really calm down. We've got 8 minutes more to defend, he seems to say.
Yeah, he feels the heat coming from Dreams FC wanting to equalize, and as technical he is, he wants his boys to calm down situations anytime they get the ball. There comes Heart of Lions. Player gets on the ball, Paul. We'll see if he can get through that. Paul gets the ball back, sends in across. But good reading there from Dreams FC defense. Gets the return pass. Dreams. Lovely feats there from the Dreams player. But they lose possession there to Heart of Lions, and there comes Heart of Lions. This time they are calming down the pace. Ado finds Echedogli, sends the ball back to Bismarck. Ebenezer Aban gets on the ball. Lovely fits there from the captain of Heart of Lions. They are calming situations here, but they are lovely and short passes. Heart of Lions. There comes Danso, finds Echedogli. Dogli also finds Bismarck. And that's the way to do it from Heart of Lions. Echedogli sends in a long pass. Paul to Danso. Ishmael to Dogli. Dogli also finds his teammate Ishmael. Switch play to the left side, finds Bismarck. Bismarck also finds his colleague up front there, Macaulay. But Dreams FC gets the ball back.
Yeah, the fans are not too happy that the referee did not take a decision on that. Strong challenge from Ebenezer Adade. Colleague goes down on this side, and the advantage will stay with Heart of Lions.
They effect the throw in quickly there. Heart of Lions. Chedogli finds his teammate Anthony, but Anthony loses possession there. Ball goes straight to Gideos, goalkeeper for Dreams. There comes Dreams. Suraj. Looked at pass there from Suraj, but assistant referee is very alert there, raises his flag for an offside. Yeah, you can see that. Looked at pass there, and the player moved too quickly there. We've done 85 minutes here at the Cape Coast Stadium, and it's still Dreams FC who are trailing to Heart of Lions. Only goal they've scored so far.
Long ball in, good defense, Heart of Lions. Definitely the match was billed as one of the attractions in the quarterfinals. Two Premiership sides going head to head. Suraj wins the advantage for Dreams. Throw in quickly effected. And of course, it's all to play for now for Dreams. They need to throw everything at Heart of Lions if they are to make any headway in this game. Trying to use the width of the field to advantage. Yes, Christian Owusu. Player bundled off the ball. That was an unfair challenge, says the referee Paul Ataije. Penalized there for shoving off Nazir, one of the subs who came on in the second half. But so far, so good. Nete picks it up for Heart of Lions.
Well, Nete have not really been troubled in this game. Not seeing any dangerous shot or attack on him. Balls that comes to him, he makes it look so easy. And grabbing that. Dreams. The ball, here comes Kevin. Kevin sends a long pass there. And that is Nazir for Dreams FC. Wanting to send in the cross, but it's being blocked there. Goes out of play. It's going to be an opportunity for Dreams FC to initiate an attack from that area. Throwing being done, but they lose possession to Heart of Lions, and the Dreams get it back. Heart of Lions looking to regain the possession, but they loses to Dreams. Here comes Christian. Christian finds Nazir. Nazir with the ball for Dreams FC, sends in a cross. Ball still in play for Dreams FC. The ball gets to Siraj. Siraj sends in a cross there. Wow, good defending there from Ebenezer Aban. Dreams are probing, trying to search if they can get the equalizer. But Heart of Lions are making this difficult for them. Danso finds Ishmael. Ishmael sends in a lifted pass there, but not accurate enough to meet on Paul. Throwing being done quickly there by Dreams. Ball goes out of play as he couldn't keep that one in.
Well, it's not for want of trying. Dreams, they've been chasing everything that comes their way, hoping for an opportunity to get the goal. Heart of Lions only have just a couple of minutes, barring any add-on time, just less than a minute to defend that one goal. And tactical switch on the technical bench of Heart of Lions. Coach Bashir now takes his position on the touchline. And Daniel Nieje takes a break. 6 minutes of add-on time. We have been told, yes, confirmation of the add-on time, 6 minutes. Coach Bashir believes that if he doesn't rise to the occasion, Dreams FC may catch him napping. And Heart of Lions, so far, so good for them. It's been easy, it's been wonderful, it's been fun. Referee's whistle goes. And that was the move forward. Player was impeded. And Bismarck Enim was claiming innocence to that. But he gives away a free kick. Could this be the turning point that Dreams FC have been waiting for? They've got all but 3 players, 4 including the free kick taker in the 18-yard box. Referee blows the whistle. Thread a shot in target and all. Copy book free kick. They had to rely on the expertise of the youngster Suraj Saidu to show that yes, they could pull the chestnut out of the blazing fire. Copybook free kick straight from training. Everybody was expecting the shot or the cross to go into the 18-yard box. They had other ideas. 5 minutes to bring the level down. And I can tell you, Mediama Sporting Club are waiting patiently. They know that this year's trophy is theirs for the taking. I've seen a few of the officials. They've been watching the game from a distance, and they have the strong and firm belief that from what they have seen so far, the trophy may be going to Takwa. So dreams are back on level pegging. Suraj, the hero of the moment.
So that is the goal scorer, Suraj Saidu there. But that was a lovely drive there to equalize the goal for Dreams FC. The way they effected that free kick, you could tell that is something that they have been doing on a training session. Passed the ball, just beat everyone. He peeled away from Marcus, had that snapshot. Good thinking there from Dreams FC. Suraj Saidu beating the goalkeeper who has been on virtual holiday. And Nete couldn't do anything to keep that ball out. Now the ball with Heart of Lions. Good defending there from Dreams FC. But eventually the ball gets on to Seedorf. But assistant referee raises up his flag. It's an offside.
What a goal for an equalizer for Dreams FC. They kept pushing forward and they were urged on by Winfred Dormon, their head coach. And the consistency and the persistency paid off.
That's all you need, especially when you're playing this kind of cup matches. Whatever the incident, you need to proceed. At this time, a good defending there from the Dreams FC player. And the clearance forces a corner.
Yep.
And you can hear the Heart of Lions supporters. They feel that this could be their chance. But before that?
Well, I wouldn't begrudge them because they have an experienced player coming on to see whether he could make an impact. Obeng Jr. joins his colleagues. Asante takes a break. Corner kick advantage, Heart of Lions. Could they last? Gideos to the rescue. Just a couple of seconds shy of the 5 minutes of add-on time. And these two sides would not allow themselves to be separated. We have done 5 minutes of add-on time. And if we don't get any goal in the next couple of seconds, center referee Charles Abulu would bring the game to an end as far as 90 minutes is concerned. It's been an interesting game, without a doubt. We've not had too many goals. The tension has been there, but we have seen a lot of pressure being mounted by both sides, especially as we get into the end of the match. 90 minutes. Charles Bulu blows his whistle for the end of the game. Heart of Lions scoring first in the first half. And Dreams had to leave it late, dying embers of the second half to get back on level pegging. Suraj, the hero for that moment, after Seedorf Asante has seen Heart of Lions through. Winfred Dormon goes to congratulate the players on the field. They form a mini circle inside the center circle. Heart of Lions players walk towards their technical bench. They look dejected. And then may I add that they also look pretty tired.
Yeah, they've worked very tirelessly. Yeah, Heart of Lions.
Yeah.
A game of 2 halves. First half, Heart of Lions got the betterment of Dreams FC. But in the second half, the perseverance from Dreams FC kept pushing on. And eventually they got the equalizer goal there. Just in the nick of time that Heart of Lions thought they have done with Dreams FC. There comes Dreams FC. They equalize in the dying embers of the game, and you see now it's on the 10 that we get to the other time left in this game. And there comes
the posture of Bashir Hayford says it all.
Yeah.
I'm sure he thought that, well, this was a done deal. All they needed to do was to hold on till the referee's final whistle, but they caved in when it mattered most.
Of course, this is where we'll be looking at the stamina-wise. Well, let's take a look at the first goal from Heart of Lions, and they came the equalizer there. Lovely, beautiful strike there from Suraj Saidu.
And I'm sure this is something they've been practicing at training for a while.
Obviously.
And so it was no surprise to them when the goal came. In the right place, at the right time.
Yeah.
That made the difference. The fans of Heart of Lions feel a little bit dejected. They thought they were running away with the lone goal victory. But again, the experience of both Dreams FC and their head coach brought to bear.
Yeah, Heart of Lions had a lot of chances there that they could have gone up by 2 or 3 goals, even in the first half. But they couldn't really ride on the golden opportunities that they had. And playing in this kind of matches with high intensity, just a goal is not enough. And that's what we saw. The Dreams FC also left it late there to equalize. That's the notification there to tell you what happened in the case of 90 minutes between Dreams FC and Heart of Lions. It ended 1-1. It's a 90 minutes plus additional time. Now we are about to see some extra time that will be played between these two teams. This is where the test of stamina comes into play.
Without a doubt. And don't forget, Dreams have made a couple of substitutions. They would have to hold on and fight to the very end. But again, who knows? It could be anybody's game. The players are back on their feet. Still on the field, Charles Bulu heads towards the center at any moment from now. We will go into the first half of extra time.
And I'll be looking at what kind of strategy that both technical teams will have on their team. Because Dreams FC, it seems to me that they have gotten a different kind of energy getting into this extra time. Heart of Lions, they've made a couple of changes. Let's see what those fresh limbs can add up to them. Kickoffs get underway in the extra time. Heart of Lions, Echedogli finds Macaulay. Macaulay finds Kudobin Jr. back. They lose possession there. Dreams FC with the ball. Nazaire still going forward. There comes Nazaire for Dreams FC. What can he do this time? Couldn't bypass the experienced defender, Aban. There comes Heart of Lions. Ishmael Lado finds Danso. Danso sends the ball back. There comes Heart of Lions, who will be looking to build up slowly from the back. Aban finds Bismarck. Heart of Lions decides to build up from the back as they see James not coming out from the shells. There comes Eche Dogley. Dogley's pass. And that's a foul there on the Heart of Lions player. Opportunity for Heart of Lions to see what they can do from this free kick. Dreams FC needs to be very careful and cautious from this dead ball situations coming from Heart of Lions, where we have Anthony Owusu behind the ball for Heart of Lions. Let's see what Heart of Lions will do with this free kick. As Anthony Owusu sends in across there, finding Bismarck. Bismarck sends in across there, but cannot go through. Heart of Lions will effect their throw-in. Bismarck finds Eche Dogley. Bismarck to Dogley. Dogley sends in a lifted pass there, finds Kudobin Jr. sends in a cross straight to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper had a touch on that, but eventually the ball is being cleared by the defense of Dreams FC. Eche Dogley sends in a pass one more time. Good control there from Ishmael Lado. Sends in a shot there. Goalkeeper is there to thwart that. That was a lovely control there from Ishmael Lado. Look at that. Of a control. First touch. Tried to bend that ball to work the goalkeeper. But credits to Gideos.
Late challenge there. And Eche Dogley needs to be very careful. Got the ball fair and square, but in his effort to go through, there you see the stats going straight into the shin of his opposite number.
Yeah, he's very lucky there to get away from a card. Already on a yellow card, second yellow. Might be a worry for his team. Needs to be careful with that harsh tackles. Eche Dogley.
Few dignitaries here at the Cape Coast Stadium watching this game. Madam Joyce Dacha, the head of the National Sports Authority for the Central Region. She is here. And she has hosted these two teams, much to the admiration of the MTN FA Cup committee, ably led by their chairman, Wilson. And I've also seen one prominent MTN FA Cup member also here. He's been in and out, here, there, and everywhere. Mr. Frank Nelson Iwonkolo, working hard to ensure that all goes well here. Don't worry, don't forget we have a two-header or a two-headed tie here today. We're still with the first one. We are into the first half of extra time. Players fancying their chances of seeing whether they can increase the tally. Good ball control. and then trying to cut through, and then a quick turn to confuse the defenders of Dreams FC. We've seen it all, they seem to say. Long ball in. John Atri will be penalized for that late thrust. Free kick to Dreams FC. They would love an opportunity to come forward. Uma. Long ball again, up goes John Atri. Dreams are looking good, they're coming forward. Atri with a late pass. Flag went up on the near side for offside.
Yeah, player spotting in number 36 jersey for Dreams FC was in, and later came out there, and assistant referee was spot on there. That could be a
long ball in by Aban. Opportunity for Heart of Lions to come forward. Carefully threading their passes now, Heart of Lions. Bismarck and him on the near side, reserving a lot of energy. Eche Dogli with a long ball forward. Eche went down in the process, and I'm only hoping that he's not picked up an aggravated injury.
He looks tired. He has worked very, very well in the heart of midfield.
Yeah.
Running from one side to the other, making sure his team are always on the rhythm to outwit their opponent. Eche Dogli, very strong lad there for Heart of Lions team. I'm hoping that he will be able to get through that injury and continue for his team. They miss him in the midfield. It might be a blow for them.
Well, let's just hope that he'll be back on his feet. He's been quite impressive. And there is the family of Mediama Sporting Club, if I should put it that way. They're watching the game closely, and so are these two gentlemen, Adnan Said and Winfred Dormon. And I can understand what the Mediama team is going through. Of course, they have to wait till this game is over, but it also gives them an opportunity to take a look at these two teams. It is likely they may be meeting the winner.
Of course.
And so the good news is that Eche Dogli is fit to play.
Well, he's a strong lad. He needs to fight through. And Heart of Lions team need him very well, especially in the midfield. Ball with Heart of Lions. Eche Dogli finds his teammate. There comes Ebenezer Aban. Ball with Ali. Heart of Lions sends in across there. But the ball gets to goalkeeper of Dreams FC. There comes Dreams FC. Loses possession to Heart of Lions. Ball with Danso. Foul as a center referee spotted an infringement there on the Heart of Lions player. You could see that clear view from here. Danso looking to break free there. It's been pulled back. And the referee says that is an illegal action. Blows his whistle for a foul for Heart of Lions.
Free kick advantage. Heart of Lions. Could be a turning point for the second goal of the game. It's a long ball into the 18-yard box. And not a problem at all for Gideos. Throws one down and quickly Dreams will turn defense into attack. Oh, that was so unsportsmanlike of John Entry. Just slapping Echedogli on the back.
Yeah, he knew that Echedogli had so much pace on him. He was quick to get there first. Very responsible with his defensive duties. Echedogli and John Entry just needed to do that to stop Echedogli. Echedogli is very, very durable for his team, Heart of Lions.
Indeed. Hands flying here and there. Entry was beaten fair and square. And it's interesting that John Entry is still playing active football with some of these younger generation players. And I'm sure that sometimes they are marveled at his energy, his pace, his physique, his strength. John Entry is still going strong.
Experience counts on the part of such a player, John Entry. But Gideos, goalkeeper for Dreams, was down a couple of seconds ago, but he's up as the medical team are checking up on him. And here comes coach of Dreams FC, Wilfred Dormon. So giving up some instructions to his player. The game resumes as Ali with the ball for Heart of Lions. Still ball in play for Heart of Lions, but this time Dreams are quick. Ball still in play for Heart of Lions as they look to see if they can get a cross in. Echedogli sends the ball to Bismarck. Bismarck with the ball, sends in a cross. Ball still in play for Heart of Lions. Could this be good for them? He turns a shot there, but this time goalkeeper Twadadot. But eventually center referee blows his whistle. It's going to be a foul in favor of Dreams FC.
Wonderful goalkeeping from Gideos. We saw a lot more of that in the first half, but his anticipation again, dead on target, preventing the second goal. Meanwhile, it looks like Gideos is down again with a recurring pain. And the signals we are getting is not a very good one.
The medical team signal to the technical bench of Dreams FC, telling that they need to prepare for a substitution to be made. Supporters too are here, and so as these are the Atram Divisa.
Yep, very young, talented team. A team that has performed steadily at the first division level. And I can tell you for a fact that this is a team that Atram himself is very proud of this season. They've gone the extra mile, the extra strength to ensure that they've kept their heads up. They play in Division 1, Zone 3, in the same group with, ironically, Atram's former club, the club that made Atram, Godwin Atram, Accra Great Olympics. And speaking of Godwin Atram and Accra Great Olympics, guess what? When the two teams met in the Division 1, Atram walloped Accra Great Olympics by 6 goals to 0.
Wow, that is some thrashing.
He's put himself in a steady performance. And so the fans will be expecting to see some copybook academy football against the current league leaders.
2 minutes of additional time by the officials. And it's Heart of Lions, who effects their throw, but wins another one. Ball still with a Heart of Lions. Ishmael sends in. Long pass there. Anthony. Spread the play to Kudobin Jr., but good defending there from the Dreams FC defender. That could be trouble for Dreams FC. But good reaction there from a Dreams FC player. It's going to be a throw-in for Heart of Lions. They effected. Danso. Sends the ball back to Echedogli, but the ball is deflected there, goes out of play. Dreams FC needs to be careful there with their clearance. A shot there being blocked. Still ball in play for Heart of Lions. Could Bismarck get on that? Yes, he does. Finds Echedogli. Echedogli still with the ball. Sends in a low drive there. A Dreams FC player is there. Couldn't really do anything with the ball. But referee blows his whistle to bring an end of the first half of the extra time. And they need to switch. So the second half of the extra time follows up.
Yep. It's been a wonderful first half of the extra time. And the players would have just about a minute or two to catch their breath and then switch for the second half of extra time. No goals scored after those two in the period of 90 minutes. And we've seen anticipation on the faces of the players of Atram Devisa. We have also seen officials of Mediama. We're not too sure whether the team has been allowed to watch the game, because any moment after this game, it will be their turn to trot onto the field. But again, the history surrounding Godwin Atram's team, a team that was nurtured by the scout of Chelsea Football Club. And himself, he came to Ghana, fell in love with a crop of players and decided to adopt the team. That man's name is Devisa.
Okay.
And so it is the reason why Atram named his team Atram Devisa, because Devisa was actually Atram's dad, especially when Atram was playing in Holland. And so that relationship has gone a long way, and today is blossomed into one of the up-and-coming teams in the Division 1. And so it will be good to see this young team and how they perform at the very top level. Referee blows the whistle. The advantage will stay with the Dreams as they come forward. Enterprising thrusts there from Aminu. And now let's see what the options would look like for Heart of Lions. In their wall right now, they've got the likes of Eche Dogli, the likes of Yao Danso. Of course, Junior Kwajo Obeng Jr. is also in there as well. Every Dreams FC player minus the goalkeeper Gideos is in there. Another setup, another set piece, another free kick opportunity. Let's see what happens. Lots of jostling in the 18-yard box. And Charles Bulu has singled out John Entry. Let's see what options Dreams have from this free kick. Is it going to be another of those training session free kicks? We saw one get them the equalizing goal. This time the goal scorer decides to effect the kick. Swings it in. That was nearly close.
Yeah, nearly close there from Suraj Saidu, but Nete kept his awareness there to prevent him from curling that ball into the back of the net. Look at that. But I must say, good awareness there coming from the goalkeeper and the defender, Benes Aban. A corner to be effected by Dreams FC. There's been some hustling going on there in the 18-yard box. And the Heart of Lions needs to be very, very careful there.
I see one of them down, in fact 2 of them. And the referee is asking them to be up on their feet. I'm sure they're trying to attract the sympathy of the referee.
Yeah. Cross being swung in there from Dreams. Head had been connected, but this time off target. And Heart of Lions will be relieved to see that going out of play, giving them the opportunity to also see if they can get something out of that. As a goalkeeper sensing a long one. Dreams get the ball back. Heart of Lions couldn't keep it in play. It's going to be Dreams FC throw. They effected quickly there. Ball gets to Christian for Dreams. Back flick there from Dreams, but good defending there from Heart of Lions.
Yeah, but injury worries. Yao Danso is down in pain.
Yao Danso has also been one instrumental player for Heart of Lions. Down the right side of Heart of Lions. Been very, very good with his defensive duties and joins the attack where necessary. Switch play there from Dreams FC. Cross there is being blocked, forcing a corner for Dreams FC to effect. And Heart of Lions are also very cautious there with their defensive duties. The corner be taken there by Dreams FC. Referee blows his whistle for a foul on Heart of Lions player.
Game will continue. It's 1 goal apiece between Dreams FC and Heart of Lions. That tie, deadlock has to be broken. One has to go on to the semi-finals. Big question, which team sails through? Wasted effort from H. Dogley. Ball travels out of play. Dreams will initiate an attack, and that is long ball. John Entry does well. Dreams looking for options as they come forward. On the near side, they would have one in Christian Owusu. Suraj comes in to help. Through the middle, we could see a shot on target. Cross comes into the 18-yard box, but no Dreams player to deal with it. Should be an easy clearance by Heart of Lions. But they get themselves out of trouble.
Center referee saying that was a handball situation there. It's going to be in favor of Dreams FC.
They open up the play pretty well Dreams FC. Suraj sends it back, but then was that accidental or otherwise? And Ishmael Ado has been booked.
Yeah. That was a late challenge there from Ishmael Ado. And I think it's just unnecessary on the part of Ishmael Ado to do that.
Very unnecessary. It's given the advantage rather to Dreams FC. Free kick is on. Defended gallantly by Adade. Heads the ball out into touch for a throw-in.
Throwing to be done by Dreams FC. A long throw there. Shot from distance, but goalkeeper reacts there.
Yep.
Swat that.
Good reaction, good reflexes from Neti. And that was a packet of a bullet.
Yeah, half volley technique there from the Dreams player. But equally a good save there from Heart of Lions goalkeeper. Cross been dealt with the defense of Heart of Lions. There comes Christian. Finds his goalkeeper, Gideos. Gideos sends in a long one. Header being connected but straight to the goalkeeper, Nete of Heart of Lions. He does that quickly, but that was a poor pass from the goalkeeper. As Dreams FC. Cross there from Nazir. Couldn't really get through. It's a poor cross from Nazir. Neti sends in a long one. Forward Dreams FC. They lose possession to Heart of Lions. Referee blows his whistle. It's a foul on the Heart of Lions player. That's captain, Heart of Lions, Arban. Finds Bismarck. Bismarck also finds his colleague. There comes a Danso for Heart of Lions. Sends in a long drive. But straight to the goalkeeper, not troubling Gideos on that occasion. And you can tell how the players are playing now. You can see that the energy level from both sides have dropped a bit. There comes Danso for Heart of Lions. Sends in a long cross. Offside on Kojo Obin Jr.
Clearly caught in the offside trap. With that build-up, and Heart of Lions, NY, as you rightly said, are relying on the long balls now for distribution. And this is not the time you would want to get all the energy out of your system. It's still not done and dusted. Gideos gets the ball away. Throwing advantage to Heart of Lions. And they come forward, long throw in, looking very eager, anticipating the break. Strong tackle comes in. And again, no inch given. Solid tackle from Christian Owusu. Throwing advantage to Heart of Lions. And it's Danso into the 18-yard box. Obin Jr. was trying to get the ball on that lucky left foot of his. That didn't materialize, but they will come forward yet again. And the ball shepherded over the line. Nicely done. Advantage goal kick to Dreams FC. Getting into the dying embers of extra time. And we still have not been able to separate the two sides. ball in, and Heart of Lions will do well to clear their lines. There's Dogley. Dogley goes down.
Two players who know themselves very well, Suraj Saidu and Eche Dogley. Good sportsmanship from them. Aban finds Prismac. Prismac sends in a long one. Header being connected. And it falls on Dreams FC on the right side. Sends in across there. Could this be good for them? Goalkeeper comes out large there. But it's a goal kick for Heart of Lions. And that was some bravery moments there from the goalkeeper. Oh, look at that.
Well, prevention, they say, is better always. And so the fans of Heart of Lions will lift up their voices, make their voices heard again. As we trickle into the 118th minute of this match, Dreams would have it smothered. Goalkeeper Gideos seems to have recovered from that early injury scare.
Yeah.
And if indeed he was taken off, it would have given the opportunity to Dreams FC to bring on their young goalkeeper. Very young, very daring and enterprising. But I guess when you play in cup competitions and you get to certain stages, you need the best of Arsenal.
Exactly.
Clearance by Dreams. Can he keep it in play? He can. But he needs options. Cuts through, looking for the support. The back heel did not work. John Aintree and Suraj were waiting. Nicely done by Umar on the far side, throwing advantage, and this Heart of Lions, who now dare to come forward. Referee has taken a look at his watch. Dogley, Bismarck, they need to get their crosses into the 18-yard box. Referee blows the whistle. It's done and dusted. 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner. Extra time could also not produce a winner. There's only one way to find out.
Penalty shootout. And I must say, applaud two teams, Dreams FC and Heart of Lions. They left it all on the field of play. We've seen 90 minutes of action from both sides and both halves. And also, they worked tirelessly to get into the extra time, first and second half. Didn't get any goal. And now the onus falls on the two teams to produce the individual brilliance and the penalty shootout. And this is where it gets very interesting, as you will be looking at your teammate to produce their intelligence. You'll be relying on your goalkeeper to make sure that he gets his job done by preventing the opponent to get a ball at the back of the net. Whereas the goalkeepers too will be relying on his team players to also be wearing their shooting boots to be able to shoot precisely and accurate enough to get on the back of the net. That is where the chess game comes in. That's where the technical team too will have to bring out their best. Of set piece takers. One wrong move could just disorganize the others. That's why it's very necessary to have a penalty taker who will just start off to get into the rhythm for your team. Very necessary. So at the end of this game, 90 minutes plus extra time, it ended 1-1 apiece. Dreams FC 1, Heart of Lions 1. Now we are heading into the penalty shootout, and that is where it gets interesting.
It most certainly will get interesting, considering the fact that these two teams were not able to outdo each other. And just passing in front of commentary position is the young Atram Devisa team.
Yeah, they look very young there, and very soon they'll be also getting onto the field to also face off with their opponents, Mediama Sporting Club. They know what is at stake. Atram Devisa, and having a tie with a team in the Premier League. Not only that, but a team that find themselves in the first position on the league log. They know what is at stake. So it's going to be a very tough battle between Atram Devisa and Mediama Sporting Club coming up this evening at the Cape Coast Stadium. But before that, penalty shootout between Dreams FC and Heart of Lions.
And who else to start the crusade than the captain himself? Ebenezer Aban goes up against Gideos. First penalty kick. And Eben gets the first goal.
Yeah, that's a good penalty there from the captain for Heart of Lions. Picked a spot there, placed it, keep it out of reach from the goalkeeper. Leadership by example.
Yeah. He's played a part. He carried the mantle and showed exactly how to go about it. Gideos got the direction right, but just could not get his hands on the ball. Next up, Dreams FC will rely on the experience of Ebenezer Adade. Well, he scores 4 marks too.
Yeah, that was a good penalty there from Ebenezer Adade. Also picked his spot. Goalkeeper guessed that right, but that low drive there from Ebenezer Adade. Very beautiful to watch there.
Yeah, again goalkeeper guessed right. Coming up next, Heart of Lions. Only 2 steps away from the ball, and he misses. The goalpost saves the day. I'm not too sure whether it was the best option he took. Just 2 steps away from the ball. He picked his spot well, but it was as if the goalpost was playing the second goalkeeper's role.
Yeah, of course, you look at a penalty coming from Anthony Owusu, and not a good penalty. The height was even too good for the goalkeeper. But the post denied him there.
Yeah.
Now the 10 for Dreams FC.
Dreams FC coming up with the next kick. Well, goalkeeper went one way, made it easy for Kofi Kuma to go the other way.
Yeah, that's a good penalty there from Kofi Kuma. Placed it there, keeping out of reach from the goalkeeper. He knew what he was doing. Stopped there, picked his placement, and just sent that ball there. Goalkeeper could not do anything.
It's Paul Atta Eje's penalty kick next for Heart of Alliance. Goes back a few meters, that's good enough. Picks his spot, left-footed. Goalkeeper reads it again.
Well, that's a poor penalty for me on the part of Paul. He just made it too obvious from the goalkeeper to read him. And that outstretch there from Gideos. Now the 10 for Dreams FC. Let's see what he can do.
Oh! He also faffs it. Comedy of errors.
That's a poor penalty there from Adam Zamino. Should have done better there. Now,
first kick missed by Dreams FC.
Yeah.
Heart of Lions. The pressure is on them now.
This time is Yao Danso. Let's see what Danso can do for Heart of Lions.
In he goes to the roof.
That's a brilliant penalty there from Danso for Heart of Lions. And look, he just watched where he want to put it. And that technique to put it there, goalkeeper just watches but cannot do anything about that. That is a brilliant penalty from Danso.
The gauntlet rolls back and falls into the path of Dreams FC. He's got broad shoulders, Suraj. Easily done.
That's a nice penalty there from Suraj Saido.
Yep.
Very calm and composed. And beautifully done there by Suraj.
Nicely taken penalty. Coming up next for Heart of Lions is a player who's played well today, Bismarck Enim. Bismarck Enim, he should keep Heart of Lions in it, weighs his options and scores nicely.
That's a nicely taken penalty there by Bismarck Enim. And you can see Gideos is disbelieved there to see that penalty go past him.
Yeah.
But that is a very good penalty there from Bismarck Enim for Heart of Lions.
Will this man see Dreams FC through? The onus falls on Captain John Entry. Will he bring his experience to bear? Will he convert? He does so. Dreams move on. An elated bunch of players who play for Dreams FC, and definitely they know that they have this man to thank for taking them through to the semi-finals of the MTN FA Cup. Coach Winfred Dormon, together with the players, so elated and happy. That's the technical team, ably led by Winfred Dormon, Adnan Said and co. They are all in there, and they've covered themselves in glory. 2 penalty kicks missed by Heart of Lions, 1 miss from Dreams FC, and look at the quick reaction of a jubilation. John Aintree made it so simple. Goalkeeper was in wonderland. And so it's all done and dusted. Winfred gets a kingly ride. His players are happy. He is happy. He kept urging them on when they were 1-0 down.
Yeah.
To keep going and going and going. And it all ended in glory for him. Congratulations to Dreams. They came, they saw, they conquered, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they're moving on to the semi-finals of the MTN FA Cup 2026. A position they've been in before. And now the question is, can they go one better? Can they go one better?
Well, indeed, they've done well, Dreams FC. And as you said, their coach, even though they were down by a goal, kept pushing them that they need to fight till the end. And yes, they listened, they did, and they conquered. And Heart of Lions should not bow their head in shame. They did so well. They showed himself. And until with penalty shootout, it was Dreams FC who showed that they had more quality to take up on the penalties.
So it's all done and dusted. NY, congratulations once again to Dreams Football Club. They move on to the semi-finals for the 2nd year running. Tough luck for Heart of Lions, but at the end of it all, it's ended 1-1 after 90 minutes, 1-1 after extra time. Dreams FC wins 4-3 on penalties and book a place in the semi-finals.
All right, so after 120 minutes of exhilarating football, it is Dreams FC 2022-23 winners of the FA Cup. They are through to the last 4 of the competition after the shootout. And I'm here with a coach who ended up on the losing side. He held the lead till the 90th minute where Dreams FC came in and equalized. Coach, commiserations, but how are you taking this one? How tough, how difficult is it to take this?
It's very simple. It's very normal. If you play FA Cup and on penalties anyway, it's normal. I'm taking it as easy as everything because this is nothing.
You think you failed, your players failed to keep their concentration levels very high? Looking at the time you conceded.
Yeah, that one, everybody saw it because we have finished the game already and have even pushed the last 2 boys inside to go and make sure they protect the goal. And then they went there, one ball, instead of them to move forward for it, they stood there and then they kicked and it was inside the net. Equalizer. So we played the extra time and no goal. We came into penalties. We lost 2 of them, and they won 4 of them, so 4-3. Yes, we are going to prepare for our next game, league match.
Coach, do you feel the season is over now? Do you think it's a season where your side will definitely go trophyless because the league is way out of reach now?
Well, we are still until we finish the league, we will not know what will happen to you, because we are still fighting. Yes.
Thank you very much, Coach. Commiserations once again.
Thank you.
That's head coach of Bando Heart of Lions, Coach Bashir Hayford. He believes that yes, it's a tough one, but you know, it just happens in football. Looking at the time, they considered that equalizer. Now, joining me here is the winning coach, whom I saw celebrating with his players. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you feel you invoked the spirit of, you know, that winning side a couple of years back when you were assistant coach and you won it?
Of course, the performance demonstrated by these lads epitomize the true spirit of this club, the philosophy, the belief of this club. Still believe, because look, the first half we're off color, right? And we have to switch some tactics. We have to do some tactical adjustments, and then the second half, the team looks solid in terms of the defending, and we begin to open them up. We created some decent chances, and we got the equalizer, which we deserve it, on a stroke of 90th minute. It was quality. The delivery from Adadi and the connection by Suraj was top notch. Then going into the break, for the extra time, we knew that the momentum had switched on our side, and we began to dominate the 2 halves of the extra time. But unfortunately, we didn't score. But we kept the mentality, we kept the discipline, we kept the belief, and we were rewarded, with this penalty. Everybody who took the penalty took it with that belief. The goalkeeper also stood in between the sticks, and he made some crucial saves. So, by and large, it's a performance and results that Dreams FC deserve. But to be honest, we still have a lot to correct.
Acham TV Media, they play next. Who do you want to meet in the final?
Well, I don't know. I have to go and relax. I have to go and do our recovery. I have to go and review the game. Because look, we have won this game, and we still have a lot to correct. I can only wish the 2 teams all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again. So that's head coach of Dreams FC, and his side are through to the last 4. Now I'm here with the man of the match, Ebenezer Arban. Arban, congratulations. Now, what the man of the match? Well, Lusu, you think say a game be now was a Lusu?
Now we make a game be I see you win, or a game be I see you win the actually game they run a game now. I say you lose game now, but penalty anybody's game.
Now, time I'm consider go. Now, if you say we are not betting, I have found. Or time I say to Suraj, it should go now. I'm consider that equalizer.
Me make it like lose marking. The man make it lose marking. And I'm say one moves over pass, but I'm not blocking him to me. Actually, me strategy obi, but or late. The man make it lose marking.
Heart of Lions season area, mamo.
Okay,
with us, congratulations. One of the match in our game, the first of 2 quarterfinal games here at the Cape Coast Stadium. And Francis joins me once again. Francis, quickly, you be thinking, a game of 2 halves.
Yeah.
In fact, 4 halves. We saw the first half, being dominated by Heart of Lions. Dreams FC came stronger in the second half. The extra time was a bit stale. Penalty shootout going for Dreams FC. You think they are deserving winners?
Well, first and foremost, congratulations to to Dreams FC for coming back deep into stoppage time, 90+3. Suraj Sedu, I dove my heart out to the young man. The way they rehearsed the free kick, and for the way he put it away, speaks a lot about his mental toughness and fortitude. And about the Dreams FC team, you have one thing: never give up to the last, to the final whistle, and that was exactly what they did today in this game. I personally, I hate to talk about the gaffers, but I will tell you, I think Hearts of Lions pressed the panic button or the self-destructive button when they were not supposed to press it. See, from the first half, the most exciting players out there on this pitch was Asenso, Moses Eidem, and Abambila Ismail, together with together with Sidorf Asante on top of the pitch. They combine to devastating effect. They cause problems, countless problems from different angles to Dreams FC out there on this pitch today in the first half. Fast forward into the second half. They ended the first half flawlessly on the front foot. They came back into the second half, started playing well. Around 60th minute, the tempo of the game was still up there. I don't know what went into the permutations to effect those two substitutions. And the moment they brought on board Kuma in the number 20 jersey, and then Paul Atta in the number 7 jersey, the rhythm and the attacking threat of Heart of Lions dipped drastically. That was when Dreams FC decided to vary their tactics from the 3-2-3-2 to a 4-4-2. Just like what I said in the first half, thereby pushing Salifu to play off the shoulders of John Entry and get the laterals to hack the byline, step over, cross the ball into the penalty box, and they benefited from that. It was on such occasion that Bismarck fouled the player, and then they had the free kick, and then they got a goal out of it. To me, Coach Bashir Hayford and his technical team should look at this game, analyze it very well. Yes, the tempo of the game dropped, but what went into those substitutions? Is it fatigue? Is it that the players wanted the substitutions themselves, or is them? Because if it is coming from the coaches, then I think they press the self-destructive button. Because Jose, we watched the game.
Yeah.
The moment they effected those substitutions, and to make matters worse, when they took off Abambila, then that was it.
Yeah.
The game, Heart of Lion went into defensive mode. They decided to shut down and play the low block and mid block. Echedogli and what's the name? Ishmaelado basically had to be doing so much defensive job, and it never helped their cause. They were toothless in the last 30 minutes of regular time. That was how come Dreams FC came into the game stronger and probe. And at the end of the day, they found the equalizer. And when it gets to penalty shootout, it's a lottery. Any team can win. But today, I think the technical team of Heart of Lions basically effected those substitutions too early. To me, it's a self-destructive button that they pressed at the wrong time. They shouldn't have pressed that button.
Dreams FC, they've cruised into the last four. Are they a team showing signs, that they can go all out and win this competition again?
Well, so far as they're in the semi-final, they can dream. They are just one game away from playing the ultimate game of the competition, which is the final. For Dreams FC, they've been here before. They know how to play this game. You saw the one who dispatched the final penalty, John Entry. That's experience. When you need experience, they have it in their armor. He can come into the faces of the game and get you the goals. And for Dreams FC, his job as usual. Don't worry, his job as usual. Jose, he's decided to give us an early evening shower. So for Dreams FC now, their name speaks. They can dream. Good Dortmund. Congratulations to him and his team, and I wish them the very best of luck in the semi-finals.
But what about Heart of Lions at this point? With what's happening currently,
for Heart of Lions,
you practically say their season is over.
Yeah, the season is over, but they have the right to fight for the top 4 places. On Friday, they'll be playing against Hearts of Oak at the Kpando Sports Stadium on Saturday. It's going to be a blockbuster at the Kpando Sports Stadium. Yeah, in terms of silverware, the season is basically over for Heart of Lions. But they have right to salvage if they can finish in the top 4 places so that they can play in the GACA top 4 in the preseason tournament.
But you're also speaking about the fact that, their season might be over. But you look at Bashir Hayford, his response, all that happened prior to the commencement of this game, not knowing his attacker has been suspended. You think he's just going to still, take it easy with the job to the end of the season?
Well, he is the man for the job. For Heart of Lions, they are a club that have loyalty. They don't really look at changing managers at that interval. I think he has done a great job where he picked this club from in the bottom of the Ghana Premier League last 2 seasons, then to come forward into next season, which was last season, to finish second. To me, he has overachieved with the club, and I think I love Coach Bashir Hayford. I love him together with Coach Nieje and everybody. They have done a great job for the people of Kpando and for this great club from the Volta region that I love so dearly. But today, I felt they have pressed the self-destructive button.
All right, so after 120 minutes, then after the shootout, it was Dreams FC that booked a place in the last 4. There's one more game coming up here at the Cape Coast Stadium. It would be Atram Devisa Sporting Academy taking on Mediema Sporting Club. Kickoff is at 7 p.m.
Daniel.